Brother Marines. We have returned again this night, tonight, Saturn night, on this night, for Afterdark. That's us, that's who we are. We're together again, friends, together again. So, just like always, I'm always me, you are always you, and we have, tonight with us, we've got Jackler1.
I am Jackler1, as always, the guy in the chair.
We've got AR with us this evening. Pleasure.
Oh, absolutely.
And we have a plethora of very specific, fully listed and detailed subjects and topics to talk about, which we've surely pre-planned.
That we've definitely spent hours discussing to not make this show any more awkward than it already is.
Absolutely. Intro thing. So it is Saturday. That would be the day that we're gathered here today in holy slathamony. Holy moly and a cannoli. So I mean, same sort of story, same sort of thing. Like what are we talking about today? So I guess that Space Marine 2 trailer dropped. I watched it on, what was it, last night's stream. I think Curry was telling me to check it out.
I think I watched a little bit. So I watched. I kind of just tune in and out. There was the Summer Games Fest, which they announced new stuff. There was fuck all basically. There was like one interesting thing, and they showed like the 40-second Space Marine trailer during that, and everything else is either stuff that's gonna like come out next year or stuff that I've already heard of. So. Basically, fuck all.
I don't know. Did you see the trailer, AR?
For Space Marine, no, I haven't yet.
You've not seen it yet? Okay, we can check it. We can pull it up in a bit. Hi, Curry. We got Curry in the chat. Welcome to the stream, Curry. Yeah, so I checked that out. It showed like a bunch of gameplay and maybe some close-up cinematics of Titus, who I swear. Like, you know who I think Titus looks like? I just clicked it. Titus in Space Marine 2 looks like John Connor from Terminator Genesis. You know the one where John Connor's the Terminator and he's like a nanobot Terminator, the final bad guy at the end of it, and then they need to like punch him with like magnet knuckle dusters to beat him. Right in this ultimate final battle.
I think I've seen this,
if you take his face and then you put it onto Titus, I swear it'll look the exact same. If somebody could put that, maybe if we can get a meme for that, I think that would be perfect. Because he doesn't look like the way Titus looked in the first game. Like Titus looked very different in the first game than in the second game.
He's a different
so far.
voice actor too.
Yeah. Well, wasn't in the first game, wasn't he the guy from,
He's the guy from Kingsman.
Is that the same guy as the bad guy from Kick-Ass? The gangster dad?
I think he was my
and then he also played Eisenhorn, didn't he? In the Eisenhorn video game?
I didn't know there was one.
Who's in your chat other than AR? Is Jackler there too? Yes. Curry, actually, while I have you in the chat there.
Wow, glad I have fans.
Yeah, well, Jackler1 fans. I mean, subscribe to Jackler1.
My only fan, holy shit.
They're only fans? Oh, are you going to tell, or is this where we're...
Whoa.
This is, we have Jackler1 only fans, apparently. Let's go check that out.
My OnlyFans. Go check it out. I have, I post 7-hour-long videos of me eating beans inside of a kiddie pool.
No rice?
No,
I thought it was the beans rice and rice. I thought that was.
No, see, there may be rice, but like you got to pay extra for that, you know. real nasty stuff like that, I mean, I gotta get paid extra for, you know.
Rice is expensive.
Like I can't just be, yeah, it's real expensive.
Yeah, it got real expensive.
Yeah.
But while Curry is in the chat, if I could ask, how is the sound? Can you hear me? Can you hear Jackler? And can you hear AR? So Jackler, can you do a sound check? Just say something.
Sound check.
Something sound check. AR.
The fitness gram pacer test.
Something. Check the sound.
Something. Check out my melody. All right. How's the sound? If you could let me know in the chat, that would be great. Just so that way we got everybody's sound balance sort of thing, and everybody can hear everybody. Okay. Yeah. So the Space Marine 2 trailer, it didn't really wow me. Not like the same sort of wow factor of holy shit. The fitness gram pacer test, it's good. Okay, you can hear both, so you can hear all three of us, right, Curry? Like me, Jackler, and AR. You can hear everybody. Okay.
Yep. All right, that's good.
All right, sounds good.
I think it's more meant to be like a just, you know, a little kind of teaser thing, because. Like, I mean, the big trailer was like the multiplayer one, so they're probably not going to have any more because the game's going to release, I think next month actually it releases, so I can't imagine they're really going to have anything else to show off.
What's this game running for, like $80 or something? Like that top tier price?
Should be about 60, normally 60, 70 maybe. That is American, so I don't know what it would be in Canada bucks.
Oh, in Canada bucks? I mean, you don't pass go or collect $200 on that one. So, you know, we'll see. I'm probably avoiding this one, but like if I get on board, we'll see what happens for it. I'm not too excited.
I'm like, you know, cautiously optimistic. Like, again, it looks good. Obviously, I saw the multiplayer. The multiplayer looks pretty cool. I like they had a whole trailer, you know, showing the multiplayer and the customization and everything. You've probably seen that.
I saw that there was, it showed multiplayer and it showed like Chaos Marines, and one of the comments I made about it the other night was that it shows like the character that the player was from that perspective, because, you know, I guess, you know, it was somebody that their Marine was dressed up like a World Eater Corn Berserker, and they're running around with a bolter shooting people, and I'm just like, that seems lore appropriate. You know, like that floats.
No, but before that, they had the multiplayer trailer, and they show like there's also like PvE co-op. So like, you and two other friends go like kill Terminids or Chaos Marines or whatever. And like there's a lot of customization as well for you know, it seems to be like the same amount of customization as the first game, maybe.
I imagine it's
like
probably
clips. Yeah,
it's probably, I mean, like, if they were to make it anything less, people would bitch.
Yeah.
But like, and so there's gonna be certain presets that you can get, maybe even, and I don't know if this is even the popular thing to do anymore, right? But like, they might have the console exclusive DLC sort of thing, right? So where, you know,
I don't know, they don't like that's pretty rare.
No, they did that for the first game, where it was.
I know, but that's
for the certain,
nowadays in today's market, that's very rare to happen.
It might cause some hoopla, right? But then again, I mean, you know, if there's certain DLC available, I mean, like, you have what's on your console, but they did release it all, I think, eventually on all the consoles, or on PC. They put it all there or something like that. So, I mean, you know how that also then stirs up the, well, we can repackage an old product and people will buy it again because of we gave them a purposively substandard product.
Slave, you don't need to do that anymore.
Oh, why not?
No, they don't need to do that because you have the battle pass. You make way more money with a battle pass. You don't have, you don't have to repackage anything. And no, man, you just put out a battle pass. You make way more money. That's how everyone makes money nowadays.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. But then you might get like that revigoration sales back when all of a sudden there's an update to it years later, and it's not like I'm talking about the first game recently. You know, there's an update to this game years later, which then adds all the stuff, all the DLC, and there's like an ultimate edition that you can get now or whatever, or it's on sale, or they're using it, they're promoting it. So that way years down the road when Space Marine 3 comes out, they can go, oh, Space Marine 2 had an update, and now you can get all the various different things or whatever in the ultimate Titus edition. Get it now before the third game comes out. You know, we just need to wait another decade for that to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So, who's playing Cyberpunk? Nothing. This is B-roll. This was a stream from like a year or two ago. So this was me playing, but this was like a year or two ago. So I guess who's playing? Me, but not right now. It was in the past. That's past Slaith. I'm now Slaith. So if past Slaith were to see this, I'd be future Slaith. See?
You would be Ultimus Slaith.
Ultimus Slaith, not Victus Slaith.
No, we don't have a Victus Slaith.
Victus Slaith is where I put on the glasses, I think, right? And then what else would there be? I put on the glasses, lose my memory, and because it's the current month.
Your past self to get your dick sucked.
Yeah, exactly. That is the lore, right? Go check
the lore.
Go check out Jackler1's channel sometime.
Go check. I don't remember what I called that video, but you'll find it.
I think it was Slaith saves the timeline or something like that.
Yeah,
Slaith restores the timeline.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like there was a few of them, and some of them were pretty good. I liked the one where it was the computer virus.
Yeah.
Or it was like, oh man, you got a real bad computer virus, and then wasn't it like the Slathiego, Burpiego face or whatever, like that, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh man, that one was good. That one was funny. Oh shit. You know, probably gotta do more of those, more things like that at one point. Like, there was that Kids in the Hall skit that we did together.
Oh yeah.
And then
I'd be down to do more the voice acting and shit.
You know,
That'd be cool.
there's other Kids in the Hall stuff. I mean, there's other stuff just in general, but just because of just the sort of dark comedy. It's not really dark comedy, but I mean like the sort of whatever the brand of comedy that is. It kind of fits. It fits me, fits the channel, fits Warhammer, it fits us. It's us. So. There was this other skit that they would do, this like repeating character, where it was almost like this like Satanist dude and his minion, and he would like pull them, like he would like reach down off screen and then like pull up the guy by his head or whatever, and I'll show you one. I'll show you one of these days or whatever. Like we won't pull it up right now because I don't want to be all of a sudden going, hey, you can't play that. That's the property of Comedy Central, which is owned by Viacom. You're shut down. Fuck you, right? So, not having that one, but that would be pretty fun to do because some of them would be more challenging visually to create than others. Like there was like I don't know if you checked this out. Did you see that those little Monkey Island videos that I was making where it was the Space Marine running through the thing? And some of those were pretty easy to do, where it was, you just take the animation and you like scale it and you make it move here, move it around or whatever. And then other ones required all these different layers. And then it's not just the layers, but it's like timing out when the whole like background environment should start shifting, and then having with certain distances having the character like scale at the right thing, go down like a path the right way, so that way it looks right. Oh man, that one's been a challenge. Some of them are easier than others though, like that Command and Conquer thing, which is the exact same thing. It's just, you take a picture, you like black some areas out, and then you cut out some layers, and make a foreground background, put yourself into the environment there, and you do something, and it's pretty easy to do. It's pretty easy just to whip that shit together. Probably the challenging part is then to, like, make a voice recording that's lining up with what you're saying in the video, because you have to re-record it. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know what I mean? When you're not wearing, like, the headset or something, you have to do, what's that called? When you do the you know what I mean? When the actors re-record their voices, and then they play that over the movie or whatever to, make it sound.
Yeah, there's a name for that.
DSMR or something like that, or DMR, DMA?
ADR.
ADR? ADR,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah. ADR. So you have to do that for a little bit of it, which, in some cases is easier than other ones when you have maybe something covering your mouth, or when you're just like a static picture of a Dark Angel. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
To fit that in, right? And so not all things are as easy. Like, if I were to have myself facing the camera talking a full sentence, and then now I have to, like, mute the thing and then have, like, background sound added in for, like, the, what's it called? Neutral sound or whatever. Where, like, was it room tone? You need to have a room tone, and then you add room tone in, and then you, like, have a recording, and then you have to have it match up perfectly, time, syllable, everything for, like, your mouth movements, and, give the inflection you want. Oh, it's, that one, that's tough. I am not going to do that very well in the future, but we'll see. Jeez, who the hell's this Ellen DeGeneres? Okay, not focus. I am all the. I got hit by the brain rot, and I looked at the game. I got hit by the brain rot. I got hit by the brain rot.
Too, man.
So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. That'd be really fun to do, for the future. And once again, just have to find something that's funny, right?
Oh, I got something funny. Oh no, listen. So, have you heard of Smiling Friends?
Not in my life, friend.
Oh, it is. It's great. Oh, it's good. It's good. So it's like a animated show, and it's I think it's the funniest thing right now, like the funniest show on right now. The best way I can describe it is it's the perfect antidote to Rick and Morty humor that you see in everything nowadays.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the perfect antidote to that.
You know what? That's a shame, because, I found myself enjoying Rick and Morty for the first few seasons of it. For the first few seasons of it. Let me add that asterisk.
Okay.
Check, check
All
this.
right.
For the first few seasons of it, and then it really started going on a decline, on a decay, because, when something starts riding on its success, and then it has to meet a quota rather than, it coming out when it's ready, and shit like that. I found the first bit, like the first season and two was great, but then when all of a sudden, and it was self-aware of this, when it all of a sudden was chasing like a meta, or not a meta, when it was chasing a continuity or whatever I want to call it, like a serialized story or whatever, we need to find the evil Morty and the evil Rick, and it's not just, you know what I mean, it's not just like episodes of this wacky show with cynical commentary and going through like wacky adventures and shit, just describing it that way, right? When all of a sudden it was like, we got to chase down evil Rick, and we need to go past the infinite Rick coil into the multiverse of infinite. Oh my god. You know what I mean? Sometimes even having a recurring character might even be like, okay. But you know what? I did enjoy Bird Person in that show. One, because he looked like one of the guys from that crappy Big Bang Theory show. And two, because he was like Bird Spock thing. It was weird. I was watching something recently, and I even said, this character reminds me of Bird Person. I forget what it was. I just fucking watched it. AR, was I watching that with you the other day? Or watching some movie or something, and I was like, hey, there's Bird Person.
I think. I can't remember.
You remember this
what it
conversation?
was.
I forget who it was, but
Yeah.
there was some character. Oh, I know what it was. It was X-Men. We were watching the new X-Men show. And there's this character called the Gladiator, right? And he's like, he's pretty much Superman with a mohawk. Like, he's Superman with like a Roman sort of mohawk sort of thing, you know, like on the helmet or whatever. And his character is it is the same deadpan and monotone sort of presentation as Bird Person. I almost could have said, like, if you put them side by side in different scenes or had them talking to each other, it would be like some sort of weird parallel universe with these two characters. It was uncanny. But I don't know.
Yeah, no. If we pull up that, I forgot what it's called again. Whatever we used to watch X-Men, they probably got Smiling Friends on that, and yeah, it's real good. It's real good.
Smiling Friends. All right, we'll have to put that on the list or whatever here, or put that. You know what I mean? Got to put that on the on the possible plans for the possible future. You know, for some funny content or whatever, just some, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it can't always just be the same. You gotta make something, and that's what you gotta do.
What was that website called again? Because I keep forgetting. I keep meaning to use it.
Which one? Which one?
Whatever we were watching X-Men on.
Oh, you know, I'll tell you later.
If you can just DM me,
We'll slide it into the DMs. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Another thing, actually, I was talking about this, and it does no harm mentioning this, like, you know, on Afterdark or whatever, right? So, where I was thinking of making like some kind of movie night or, you know, hangout night in like in the Discord, right? Which, if you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description below. You know, so that way, you know, it could, you know, bring that vive, yeah.
Yeah, I think that works. Like, what we definitely got to do is, you know, announce it and then, like, you know, go, especially, and, you know, say, like, hey, at everyone or at Chapter Brothers, like, hey, we're doing a movie night on this date. And then when we start it, we'll, like, add everyone again. It's like, hey, guys, movie night starting if anyone wants to come in.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Or even make a new movie night role in the Discord so people can choose that they want to elect for the movie night notifications. Right? So that way we're not...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People can tailor what they get, and they can pick...
Well, it's our server. We can harass as many people as we want.
You know, I gotta make it work for everyone. So... Okay. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I just jammed my pinky.
Oh. Well, it is the right month for that.
Say another P word there.
It is the right month for that. Yeah.
My mind must have gone somewhere else. My apologies, gentlemen.
I've never had
Forgive
that
me, my brother.
jammed.
Join me in prayer.
No, wait. It's not
That
the month
got
for
painful.
it's not the month for jamming your pinky. It's the month for jamming your stinky. Never mind. I got that. I was in the wrong verse. Sorry. So oh god. All right. Geez. Like, what else we got? I mean, I wrote down some topics here. So let's see. What about we were talking about this just before the stream, and we were talking about how there's some new stuff that came out, like The Acolyte. None of us have seen it yet. I've not seen it.
None of us have seen it.
None of us have seen it. There's 2 episodes that came out, or is it 2 or 3 now? I know there's at least 2. Because, you know, that's how they get you hooked, right? They release a first 2.
Yeah, all that I really know is that a chick gets stabbed with like a butter knife and then dies, and nobody likes the show. That's about it. That's the only 2 things I know: butter knife, and no one likes it.
Yeah, that's. I have to say that's exactly all I know about it is too. That Carrie Ann Moss from The Matrix, so Trinity, right? She's apparently the ultimate super Jedi, and she's amazing, and she's got crouching tiger hidden cables to be able to do her super jumps, and then there are 2 characters in the show. This is gonna be just me like parroting. I'd have to watch it myself to give a proper, but so from what I know, there's 2 characters where they needed to include the strong female women of diverse, brave, and beautiful. And there's the main character who is, and I'm parroting this, apparently they're not a mechanic, they're a mechnic. Which almost sounds like something from fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's Robotnik's mechnics, right? Like, that's, like, you know, like, and I don't know if this was just like I heard this recently, and I don't know if this is true or not, that they want to change light side and dark side of the Force to have new names, because light side and dark side could be construed in ways that are possibly culturally insensitive towards certain people.
I believe it, because you know they changed Boba Fett's spaceship name, right?
Yeah, it's not Slave One anymore. Now
it's not the Slave One anymore.
What is it called? Like the butterfly or something?
Yeah, it's called the Fire Spray.
The Fire Spray.
Okay, to give them credit, they could have picked a worse name. It's because, like, the Fire Spray is the model of the ship.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it works, I guess. They could have picked a worse name.
So, yeah, I guess that's one of those, it is what it is. So they have the villain and the hero of the show are played by the same actress. And it's that they're twins, and one's the evil twin, and one's the good twin, like fucking Bart Simpson in, like, the Halloween horror episode, right? And the evil twin is the Dagger's character. And you know what I find really weird about this? I hate, you know how, like, you never make something and then you look at something and you go, they stole my idea. This is straight out of my fucking Star Wars play that I made for, like, high school. And so there's, like, this dark side character, and my one used, like, syringes. It wasn't daggers, though. And so this character kills Carrie-Anne Moss by throwing the throwing knives into her chest, just like Trinity fucking dying for the third time now with a fucking piece of metal through her chest. And then our hero, the Mechnik character, gets, from across the galaxy, gets blamed because somebody saw her twin sister kill the Jedi on a planet across the galaxy. So, of course, they were able to, like, by name somehow identify the main character girl. Wait, oh, you're talking about The Acolyte. Should I watch it? You know, Curry, would say... Probably not, Jacqueline. So, I would say, you know what? Make your own decision. That's the only freedom we have in life. I'm right now... I've not seen it. I don't think any of the three of us have seen it. And I'm just going off of what I saw in, like, a video talking about it and what I've seen and heard about it. I'm just kind of repeating what I've heard right now. So right now, this is almost kind of like the gossip rumor mill of me talking about Acolyte, even though I could just go look it up myself. Which, I don't know, maybe if I'm really bored one night and I'm like, you know, just going, I need something to watch while I eat these 2 pizzas and then regret everything in my life. You know, I'll watch Acolyte, and we'll see how that one goes. But until whenever that is, because I'm not specifying a date, I've not watched it. But yeah, so they're able to, like, find her, and then there's these Jedi characters, and one of them is always right about everything, and she's a strong whammon Jedi. And then there's one of them that's always wrong about everything, and he's aggressive and stupid, and he's the dumb... Yeah, typical, right? So we now have essentially, like, a family sitcom setup with these 2 Jedi characters. You know, where there's always the absolute inept, stupid dad with no confidence, or that's, you know, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, there's always the goof-off dad and the super mom. So we have that now for our 2 Jedi characters or something like that. And I don't know, I saw some of the makeup and some of the things, and it didn't look right. It almost looked like something like out of fucking Star Trek Enterprise, Like some of the aliens I was looking at, I was like, this looks a bit weird for a Star Wars alien. You know, like I usually expect a little bit more from my Star Wars aliens. This looks a bit Star Trek. There's like this one woman that she's like green and she's got like stones up her head or something, in some kind of style or something like that. And those straight up look like fucking and is it Andorians they are? Who are the green ones with where the men are actually like the slaves to women and the women have the pheromones?
You mean the what are they? Talking the
Tellarites? No.
no,
Which ones are those?
Orions.
Orions. Yeah. She looks like an Orion she looks like an Orion crossed with a Suliban. And during the Enterprise era of like the production. There's one of the Jedi or one of the characters in that show that looks like that, and that doesn't fit. I don't know. Something about that I found kind of odd. There's all sorts of different looking aliens. There's Twi'leks. There's fucking all sorts of different shit, and some of them look more like a person than others. But usually they got something a little bit more going to them than they're green, bald, and have stones on their head. I don't know. It's just something about it looked. I didn't like that. So I'll probably watch it and hate that character. And, probably be sitting there like, I have no idea why I'm
you're
fucking
allowed
watching
to
this.
hate people based on their appearance.
Exactly.
This is the lesson that Slate is teaching us tonight.
For Star Wars shows, I've watched Obi-Wan, that was ass. Andor was amazing. Ahsoka was actually mid. Okay, that's an interesting take. I think at the time when Kenobi, is it Kenobi or Obi-Wan? It was Kenobi, right? Is what it was called?
It was Kenobi. Yeah.
Kenobi, yeah. Like, I watched it, and, like, I think I was laughing along with the rest of the crowd sort of thing with the, wow, look at this embarrassing scene of this little girl running through the forest, and these, like, fucking Disney Channel villains. Oh, like, they can't, like, oh my god, a branch! Like, there's a small sproutling in my fucking way. Like, how do I get around this? And then like, other moments with Obi-Wan needing to, like, shoot the laser wall that he could have just walked around. The somewhat embarrassing rock quarry fight with Vader, where, like, Obi-Wan's literally, like, running off screen to the right and then just kind of running back in, and we're pretending it's, like, a different location now. You know, like, we're you know what I mean? We're pretending that it's just, it just all looks the same, like fucking the roads on Monkey Island. So, that was shit. I thought the fight that they even had seemed like it was ripped out of The Force Unleashed. You know what I mean? With, like, Vader shooting the rocks at him and, like, burying him under, like...
Infinitely better for a fucking product.
But even, I always cringed at those finishing parts of, like, the lightsaber fights when you would get up to, like, a Jedi battle, and then... your character would be doing these, like, absolutely extreme things to the other characters. Like, isn't there, and some of them are what-if levels, but isn't there one of them where you, like, fight Obi-Wan and then you, like, lift him up, or it's like Chewbacca or something, and you, like, throw him into the engines of the Millennium Falcon and shit like that? Yeah. And it's like, okay, you know what? Like, this is definitely, like, extreme fucking Star Wars. Like, this is metal Star Wars. This isn't Star Wars.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, you can't deny it's cool though.
It was cool and brutal, but it didn't do it for me. So when I saw that part of Kenobi, where, you know what I mean, where, like, Vader's shooting the fucking rocks, and, like, Qui-Gon's pretty much, like, putting his arms to the side, like he's fucking Neo blocking bullets and shit, and then, like...
Yeah.
And then when, like, Darth Vader, like, picks up, like, digs him a grave, and then picks up, like, a mountain and, like, slams it on him, and shit like that, like... Or even the part where he's fucking, like... Where he's dragging them through the fire like somebody, like, rubbing their dog's nose in the puddle of piss in the carpet. Like, there was parts of that show where it was laughably bad. And isn't that Imperial chick, or, like, there was the woman that was, like, smuggling the kids in, like, the Underground Rebel Railroad? Isn't that the weird mole head lady from Indiana Jones? From the new Indiana Jones. The woman that has the giant mole on her forehead. What's her...
That could be her. I think she's has been in it. I think this lady's been in a lot of things. I've seen her. I think she was in Game of Thrones. I think that's what I saw her in.
She's not good. Get her out of everything. Just bring her to the toll booth like the original Indiana Jones woman. So I don't know.
Give her a necklace possessed by Neuropsel.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there we go. That's right. Put her in the orichalcum jar. Ahsoka.
There's the one Atlantis reference. I can't do any more, or I will die.
You'll turn into a goat and fall into the lava.
Yeah, it would be a better fate, honestly. It would be a better time than playing that fucking game.
Indiana Jones and the Fate of Jackler.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to like.
There's only one way this ends.
I'll have to clip that part or whatever, and then when like Kerner turns into the Goat Man or whatever, I'll just have to like during that part I'll have to put the Dark Angel head on him, so that way and then he falls off into the lava. There we go. Fate of Jackler. What else? Ahsoka, and what was the other one? Andor. I never watched Andor. I didn't even like...
Andor, I've heard, is pretty good, actually.
I saw clips of it and pictures of it, and I thought that it looked odd, where he was in the prison outfit, and he's being marched around, and it reminded me of, like, a completely different movie. I was almost thinking of... that... Like, I've never even seen this movie. The George Lucas movie with, like, the cops with the chrome faces. Something TK421 or something like that.
I
don't know. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. It does. If you showed it to someone and you didn't tell them it was Star Wars, they probably wouldn't guess that it was Star Wars.
It didn't look like Star Wars.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And then
I have the same feeling.
And you know what? I didn't even like Andor in Rogue One, where it was like, oh, cool. Here's one of our hero characters. Oh, he just murdered a man. Like...
Yeah. Here's the thing. I completely agree with you, because Andor, when they announced they were doing the show, I'm like, why the fuck is this guy getting a show? Who gives a fuck about this guy? Who wanted how many Andor super fans are there that want him to have his own show?
I don't know. Apparently, are we still getting the Preggers Ray movie? The Ray is Preggers movie? Is that still a thing? Is that still in the works?
Fucking hope not.
I don't know. So,
but yeah, so like I think tonally, I guess I think it's much better Star Wars than what you're getting today, like the Acolyte and Kenobi. So like if you want a good Star Wars show, or at least something digestible, that's probably the one to go. And again, I fully agree with you. Like, I don't really care about fucking Cassian Andor. The show does make him a little cooler, but like,
He just seemed so forgettable, and it was almost kind of like we need to have our own Han Solo, but let's rush his...
Yeah.
But it was like Han Solo... Like, it was different. Han Solo had a guy with his gun to his head. He had a bounty hunter, with a gun to his head. So... he took the shot, saved his life, got the fuck out of there, did whatever, right? Andor was pretty much going, man, this guy's gonna slow me down. This show ain't no good. Pulls out his blaster and fucking blasts the guy, and then fucking takes off without him or whatever, right? Like, this, dead weight. Like, it's totally different. It's not the, man, this guy's, who is, fuck Andor. And so I never watched it. So I mean, like, maybe I'd have to, to give that one a proper review. I'd have to actually check it out. But I just don't see myself doing it. Then there's Ahsoka, which he was saying there. Ahsoka, and that one was such a fucking slow burn with a lot of look at my wife's ass going on throughout a lot of it, with a lot of really questionable parts, and the most enjoyable characters being the bad guys. That where everybody...
That's actually a theme nowadays. The bad guys end up being cooler characters than the main characters.
One thing I really don't like about a lot of the new Star Wars, though, is where they're gonna show like the cockpit shot of one of the characters piling into the ship, and like there's the way that they shot it in like the first Star Wars movie, or even like, I guess, like the snow battle and the Return of the Jedi battle. There's like a couple like sort of cockpit shots or whatever, of like in an X-wing, or like Wedge or Luke or somebody, right?
Yeah.
And then there's something about the way that they shot them in Mandalorian and in that Ahsoka show, that every time it cuts to one of those shots, I just keep thinking it's like cutting to one of the, cutting to Star Wolf from Star Fox. Like, you remember Star Fox? And it shows, like, Slippy Toad or Falco Liberace or whatever the fuck his name is. And it shows them inside, and I just kept thinking it looks exactly like fucking Star Fox. And it would always kind of take me out of it. Where, like, when you're sitting in something, you're watching it, you're into it, you're getting into it, you're immersed in it, and then all of a sudden you see something and you're like, oh, that's weird. I'm now knocked off of this, right? Like you're skiing and then you're down, and now you have to get back up again and get back into it, right, ladies? I guess it's so. Anyway, it's that month for that. You got to get it back up again and get back in.
It's that.
What do you guys think of Mandalorian? Star Fox is mentioned. Well. I'll just wrap up what I was thinking about Ahsoka, and I mean, like, I don't know if AR has any thoughts, and I mean, Jacqueline, you've been kind of jumping into, so, you take a hit. Go ahead.
All I could say about Mandalorian is like season 1 and 2 are actually pretty good. Like that they're definitely good. This good Star Wars. Season 3 is when it has like just completely stepped off a cliff and committed suicide. All I'm gonna say, and like if you've seen the show, you know it. The Jack Black and Lizzo episode. That's all I can say.
Oh my god!
I needn't say anything else.
Oh my god! I forgot about that. My brain didn't.
There are no other words required. Just Jack Black and Lizzo.
And Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. Show up just to have him say. An interesting line of dialogue, right? That we could have him do. We could do something with this and be interesting. Nah, fuck him. We gotta bring the show back to Lizzo.
What was he like too? He was like Count Dooku was a visionary.
Yeah, it was a visionary.
And then it's like, and then they shoot him, and then it was like, what was that about?
It's like,
politics.
Okay, you could have an interesting thing like, okay, maybe the separatists in the prequel, maybe they were right. Okay. No, we don't go anywhere with that.
No, yeah, it just kind of drops off the fucking... It just becomes a passing joke. Probably to try to sneak in some type of political commentary about, I don't know, Orange Man Bad or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
In some way, it was something to do with that, probably. And
remember, folks, there's loads of movies where a right-leaning character takes on a more left-leaning perspective, like American History X. But can you name one movie where a left-leaning character takes on a more right-leaning perspective? Yep, there you go.
There you go. There you have it.
There you go.
That just proves that it only goes one way.
Fritz Lang's Metropolis.
That just proves that there's only one right direction, right? Because of the media that's created, yeah. Because stories are true.
Yeah.
That's right. And nobody ever goes a certain direction when they get older. So I don't know. Ahsoka, yeah, it was such a slow burn. And there was so many parts where I was just sitting there going, like, when is this gonna fucking do something? And, like, especially the first few episodes were just fucking trash. The lightsaber fights, I'm not even gonna be, complaining about how they were a little bit slow in, like, choreography. It kind of worked, because if you have certain super fast things, and then the other guy was using kind of like a great sword, sort of Claymore sort of style with his sword, right? The guy who was the guy that Balin, he was the guy that he passed away, and so they have to recast him. The old dude, right? Who, I mean, like,
yeah, I don't know his name.
Like, everybody was like complimenting this guy's performance because it was great. I think so too. So I mean, I'm not going against the grain on that one. It was probably my favorite character in the show, other than, the hottie.
As far as I've seen, like, he is the only good part of the show.
I don't know. They had that smoking hot platinum blonde chick. She was good to watch. Wait, it's not the right month for that. That's the rest of the year. Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. They had that smoking hot platinum blonde man.
That's right. You're right. You're right. That's right. The smoking hot platinum blonde man with his bare beard. No, you're right. You're right. How dare I? How dare I? So. Oh, he's getting his pizza. It's pizza time. Pizza time.
He's getting his pizza.
That's how you get your extra health. Pizza
time. If you're
time.
watching right now, you should go get some pizza yourself.
Go get some pizza. Support your locals, and go buy your local pizza.
I do, even though they're expensive as shit.
You know, you can get some good pie that way. Slate canceled. That's right.
Yeah, Slate canceled.
Slate canceled. I don't know. There was just some weird parts where like Ahsoka does like cartwheels in space, and the bad guys are like shooting at her, and she's deflecting laser blasts from the fucking spaceships.
Yeah.
And
I think it's like an established thing that like lasers have like, you know, depending on like they have like a different. It's gonna sound weird, but it's like because it's light.
Strength.
But I want to say weight. Yeah, weight or strength.
Yeah.
So like. Sure, you can deflect a blaster, but you're not able to deflect like a ship cannon. That's
I don't know. I'm still waiting for them to add into a movie where like a Jedi like bounces a Death Star back into itself. You know what I mean? Like the Death Star shoots from a planet, and then they're ready like, you know, like baseball, and then they just hit the laser blast from the Death Star back into the Death Star, and it's this like slow-mo scene that's like circling in 3D around the Death Star, getting hit by its own beam, the beam cascading on itself and like ripping the whole Death Star apart in this slow-mo way, and then like the beam shoots the bad guy in the dick, and then he dies, right? Like it's got a... Like, I can't wait until they add that into one of these things. But then, the end of it has this really rushed, really unnatural, reunion of these characters, which I never watched Rebels. I never watched Rebels, and I can't, I'm not gonna watch it now, because I just don't respect it, because it's fucking Space Aladdin. And then Space Aladdin gets his head shaved and becomes a stormtrooper, and now he's working for fucking Rom Coda from The Force Unleashed. And then now we also have to have the funky, quirky, dancy, cartoony droid that doesn't... I don't accept it when there's droids in the movies and they've acted like this. And now we've got this stylized world with this droid that's got a fucking, like, bobble top head that bounces all over the fucking place and commits mass murder. Like, no. Now we've got this weird bat face thing that could only exist in a cartoon. Oh god, no, they put it into live action and they made it look the exact same. Weird how that works, right? Because, like, here, strap yourselves in. I'm about to go on a fucking rant here. So... we have this fucking stylized show, Rebels, which takes place, it's not the same style, but it's similar to that as, like, the Clone Wars, where everybody has super stretchy man necks that fucking pyramid off into the sky for their head with their block hair and their razor-sharp Dooku beards to be placed upon their faces. With their like, toothpick-thin lightsabers and shit.
It's made by the same guy. I don't know why the lightsabers look like that. That was a really weird design choice. Rebels it's okay. It's just
it's Aladdin in space. Ezra is Aladdin.
It can't be the thing. It's just the fact that Clone Wars exist, and like Clone Wars is just so good. Like so many people like Clone Wars, and
boo.
You know, even I guess you could say. Oh, he doesn't like Clone Wars. Who would have guessed? I guess you could say.
And I don't like Odd Couple or whatever it's called. The bad bitches. I don't like that show either.
I haven't seen that either.
Where they took clone troopers.
I don't care what anyone says.
You know what they did to the Ninja Turtles? Where, imagine the Ninja Turtles, and they all look the fucking exact same except for having a different bandana.
I've seen it, yeah.
And then there's the Ninja Turtles where there's...
I get the concept.
Yeah, there's the giant fucking huge Raphael, and there's like effeminate Mikey, and like, you know, they get, you know, like Donatello's now like double nerdo, and, you know, like getting to that point. Now you just slap that onto the Bad Batch, and onto some clone troopers, and you got the Bad Batch. You got the big burly one. You got the one that's like, I'm like a rebel or whatever. You have, I'm like Poindexter McNerdy face, and then, you know, like, and that's your Bad Batch. Wow, you fucking applied that template to them. What's the only thing missing? I don't know. This show seems like it's got a bunch of dudes, so let's add a small chick. Let's add a small girl that is also a Wunderkind. Oh my god. So we have to add in Supergirl to be able to balance this out, because otherwise we're going to get fucking ripped apart by feminists or by the Bechdel test or something like that for not having a female character who's also matching with these clone troopers. But we have to make it make sense as to why she exists there. So she's also a clone, just like the fucking clone troopers, but she's like a perfect clone or something. And that's why, you know, a clone of Jango Fett, a perfect fucking clone of Jango Fett would be a little girl with the Force with white hair. Go figure. I guess Jango Fett is trans. I don't know. Like,
it is the month.
It's the month for that. But like, oh my god. Okay. So then, this Rebels show, which first off from like the word go, has this Ezra Miller character or whatever. What's his name? Is it Ezra Miller, the Flash guy? Ezra Bridges, you know, whatever. So it's got the creepy guy from the Flash. It doesn't. Don't fact check me on that one. And he shows up, and there's like an Imperial guy pretty much calling him a street rat, just like fucking Aladdin. He's got this fucking schnoz just like Aladdin, the hair exactly like fucking Aladdin. He looks like fucking Aladdin. And he's jumping all around like Agrabah around this like Death Star or whatever the fuck he's doing. And then whatever, now he's a stormtrooper, and he's doing stormtrooper shit with the fucking Force. And then flash forward ahead, getting to the fucking point, the show ends. Here, I'll get to the fucking point. The show ends, and we have stupid fucking artist girl Boba Fett character, because of course, now we have to have girl Boba Fetts, which have to have a certain designs put into their helmets and all that, which seems to be very consistent throughout this. I mean, just look it up. I mean, 100% on this one. So, we have to do this, otherwise, you know, it's sexist or something. And so, of course, she's got purple hair. She's a fucking feminist. So, she makes this mural of all of the characters, and the mural in the show looks picture perfect to how they look in the show. So what that would mean is she drew a photorealistic picture of these people, right? Because if she drew it as a cartoon, in the cartoon that's fucking stylized these ways, they wouldn't look exactly like the way they look. They would look like some other kind of cartoon to demonstrate that it's a cartoon, the fucking drawing, it's stylized. But then they show this fucking mural in the live action show, and the mural looks like the fucking Rebels TV show. Fucking what? So what is it? What is it? Right? And so at that point, I believe that mural alone completely discredits the entire fucking Rebels show from being taken at face value, and that now the Rebels show is literally a certain point of view, the show, where the whole thing is essentially Sabine's memories of these events, or how she looks at that, because she's the one that made the mural, and it looks that way, the show looks that way, but then there's reality, which has real fucking people in it, and then...
Maybe she's just, like, extremely schizophrenic, and that's just how she sees everything.
But then it gets worse, because now we have fucking blue Batman guy, fucking the talking Wookiee blue Batface, whatever the fuck he is, dude, and he shows up in Mandalorian. Right? He shows up at a rebel base, and he starts talking to the fat Asian guy. I don't know, I don't remember his name. And starts talking to that guy, X-Wing pilot dude from Mando. And so And he looks exactly the same as he did in the fucking Rebel show. With the giant round eyes and everything, like he looks like a cartoon character. It's like he looks like fucking like Who Framed Roger Rabbit walking into the scene. It's just weird. It doesn't look right. And so now there's these two pieces of media that have these sets of characters that came from this one show, and the show was really stylized and looked this very certain specific way, and like didn't they even restyle Ahsoka? Like, do you remember when Ahsoka had giant fucking anime eyes when she was like 13, and then she grows up a little bit and her eyes shrank? Because she's an adult now, so she has to have more mature adult features rather than giant fucking anime eyes, like giant fucking owl eyes. Like, what the fuck is that? So this mural fucking ruins it all. This mural, and they show it off at the very beginning of it, and it ruins fucking everything. And then they show off Sabine's ass a bunch of times on a fucking speeder bike or something like that, and then they show off fucking Obi-Wan's wife's ass a bunch of times because she's the fucking green Twi'lek with the fucking diaper on her head that hangs out with her fucking half Twi'lek human son with green hair. I can't. I hate it so fucking much that there's this half-human, half-Twi'lek, green hair, fucking hybrid alien kid with the fucking Force, because of course he fucking does. I can't. It is fucking garbage. And then we get to the end, where we've got the fucking Japanese gold-mended fucking stormtroopers that they like, oh my god, a round of zombies just started, fetch me their souls. They send the fucking zombie stormtroopers after them, and there's this really anticlimactic fight with like the witch lady that had the metal staff that she fought Ahsoka with or whatever. And like, fuck me. Like, it just became such fucking shit. Just absolute trash at the end there. When, like, I forget which moments I even enjoyed. You know what? I've now gone on such a rant for so long, complaining about everything from Rebels to Ahsoka leading up to these exact moments, that now I'm in a flurry that I'm lost.
Recenter.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
Oh my god. That mural ruins everything. It ruins Star Wars.
I mean, I think everyone's like universally agreed that Star Wars is basically dead at this point. Like, why do we still talk about it, honestly?
I think that we talk about it because of it's the same thing that was delivered to Leia in Rogue One. We all have hope for a better future. We all hope that one day Star Wars could be back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we all. There's some part of it. You're asking like, look, why do we talk about Star Wars? Because we probably it's dead, but we want it. We want to like necro movie it. You know, we like bring on some
I think,
filmomancy.
I think by the time, if Star Wars does ever get good, we're gonna be like 74, and we're not even gonna remember that Star Wars exists.
I'm serious. This thing.
We're
Yeah,
gonna be
it's-
having to be convinced by the kids that it's actually good now, and not believing
Yeah,
them.
and
then they're gonna be
yeah,
like, "You
absolutely
don't
not.
understand."
Guy who's done this before.
You
Yeah.
don't understand. In my day, oh god,
I know.
we had Han Solo.
We had Han Solo, and he was a man's man.
Look at all the cool shit that Harrison Ford does. He fucking hates this franchise, but goddamn, he's awesome. When asked what Han Solo's favorite color is, he was quoted as saying, "I wish George Lucas would die."
What do you think? Won't come cheap. It'll have to be
That's right. Isn't George Lucas gonna buy Star Wars back from Disney after its value went down or something? I heard something about
I
that.
highly doubt it.
What if he just bought Disney?
I fucking doubt
That'd be
it. I don't
that'd
think
be
even
amazing.
George Lucas likes Star Wars anymore. I think George Lucas wants Star Wars to fail now.
Well, if it fails, it'll go down in value, market value or whatever, right? Because of
No, they'll never sell it. They'll never sell it though.
You could-
Never. Because like it's Star Wars. They will like you cannot let go of that ever.
That's why I need somebody I can trust.
you can just destroy it and then put it into the. You can only salt the field so
Yeah.
no one can create new ones.
Yeah. No. Speaking of shit, Rings of Power is getting a second season. Who could have seen this coming?
Quest I can refuse.
Jesus, is that the one where like Eminem's the bad guy or something?
Yeah. The Eminem Androgyny is like the bad guy. Yeah.
And the one where Galadriel in like a suit of armor swims across the world or something like
there's
that. and-
She swims across the world, and she just like for no reason, she's just a bitch to everyone
You know,
for no reason.
some things I'm willing to kind of go eh. Remember what Legolas did in those movies? Do you remember him standing literally fucking horizontally on the side of a moving elephant?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't even think he was holding a rope at that point. Even he like jumped on. At one point, he was fucking standing sideways on something, or even worse, in the Hobbit movies, wasn't he like jumping from bat to bat to bat at one point?
The Hobbit movie, I think a lot of people just kind of pretend they don't exist.
Well, you know, if you were to go on a sliding scale of sloping shit, right? If you and if it was, you know, like from Rings of Fire, I don't know, Ring of Fire,
Rings of Power.
Fire, the hemorrhoids of power.
The short-term memory loss has affected him.
I don't know. I never got into it. I never watched it, so I'm bound to mess up these titles. So, you know, like, I don't know. I would say even the Hobbit movies have their highs and lows of moments, right? When you compare it to like an Amazon.
Rings of Power, the thing about Rings of Power is that it's all low.
Just continually sinks. It gets worse.
Continually sink, and like I remember seeing like a whole like 8-part review on it, and the guy reviewing it, like he hasn't even like read the books that much, so he's not like a super Lord of the Rings Tolkien expert, right? And I basically agree with everything he says, and it essentially proves to me that even if Rings of Power had nothing to do with Lord of the Rings, it would still be an objectively bad show. Like the lore inaccuracy and all that shit, that is like the tip of the iceberg, honestly.
Well, didn't
It
they
would still
didn't
be
they
a
like
shit show even if it wasn't a Lord of
well,
the Rings show?
what was it? Didn't they either take something out of context or they changed it so there was like a certain group of hobbits that were black or something like that when they were
so
described as
have-
having
okay, so what they have
darker
now
skin or something or
they call darker skin, which they apparently now believe that means black, because, you know, why not, right? We'll take this one word and we're going to twist it to fit our narrative. And there's also the fact, here's a little interesting fact, at the time when this show is taking place, hobbits don't even fucking exist yet.
Oh, but they're not hobbits. They're like Groundling Marsh or something. Like what are they?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
Like
Not a thing.
they made up something.
not a thing.
No, like I know they
They
made up
something for it,
something
yeah,
as
yeah.
like a predecessor to the hobbits. So like the river folk. No, was it river folk?
They're called Harfoots.
Harfoots. But
Yeah,
the
which like is a like a tribe of hobbits in the original, but then they just like took that and said, yeah, fuck it, we'll just make them like pre-hobbits. So yeah, hobbits don't exist in this time at the time where this is taking place. They
Yeah.
add Gandalf in, which again Gandalf doesn't fucking exist either at this time. But we have to add those in because like even though
I saw that,
like
yeah.
oh man. Yeah. Even though we're like, oh, we're not making this show isn't like related to the movies or anything. We want to do our own thing. And even though they say that, they're still gonna add in all this shit so that people who like the movies can come and see the show, and they'll go,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, guys, it's Gandalf!" And then they'll watch the show in a fucking bar, and then they'll go, "Holy shit, Gandalf!" And then they'll turn around and start drinking their way into fucking depression again.
Well, that's because people know. Okay, if you don't know Lord of the Rings, but you know of Lord of the Rings, you probably know the Halloween costumes that represent Lord of the Rings, and you go, "Oh, you're like a wizard. Oh, I'm Gandalf. I'm Lord of the Rings." And then people recognize that gray wizard, right, with the blue hat, or even some. You can either be blue or gray. You like you've seen like the old Gandalf depictions where he's got the blue hat and like the blue robes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like people recognize that as Gandalf. And I mean, like, if somebody were to get on the whole fucking like Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings, the whole like vest and green and the cape, and if somebody was going that far with it, holy fuck, I think people would recognize that and they'd be like, you're a hobbit or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would really recognize if it was like, oh, are you Aragorn, or are you just a guy in a hoodie who hasn't shaved in a bit? And it's like, why not both? They call me Strider. So went from Star Wars to Lord of the Rings. That's right, Curry. Well, Star Wars. There's not that big of a leap really between Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
We are extremely schizophrenic on the show. If you didn't know.
Well, from the way that the conversation was going, we're talking about shit TV, right, and shit media. We're talking about, like, shows and things on, like, streaming services and all these different subscription shows being shit. Like, this could easily jump to Star Trek in a second. You know what I mean? Like, talking about all the new Star Trek, which... You know what? I can almost put that to a close right now. I can put that to a close fucking right now. Star Trek Discovery is done, baby! And never coming back! Yeah! Okay. We're free.
Hey,
We're free. We're free!
You gotta lose the good one.
This is right now where Jar Jar Binks dancing to fucking celebration music comes in, right? Like, this is Wisa being free. We are
STDs.
STDs have been wiped away, and I guess you know what I would only expect though, because you have to expect that you're gonna get some good Star Trek, but there's gonna be some shitty Klingons too, right? And so I'm expecting that Strange New Worlds shit is going to have more cringy episodes like the goddamn musical episode, and it's gonna have that quick Treks like cartoon Treks bullshit, like the one where it has Spock giving a PowerPoint presentation about how his wife cuckolds him. So,
Damn.
like I
Oh, you haven't seen that, Jackler?
That's for movie night.
I'm not really a Star Trek guy.
Oh, I mean, like, this is almost like you need to be briefed on this one to know your enemy.
I get the picture. Like, I'm not really a Star Trek guy. I'm not like a huge super fan. I know the new stuff is like kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the references and what exactly they're doing would probably go over the head, and it wouldn't be appreciated to the full value.
For Star Trek, I've seen I think it was a movie. Okay, I know Wrath of Khan was a movie, so I've seen Wrath of Khan, and I think it was a movie where they go back in time to like save a whale or something.
Oh God!
I've seen that one, and I've seen a few clips of Deep Space Nine.
So you saw, hold on. So you saw the one where it's old man battle in space. You saw the one where they go back in time and kidnap a woman to bring her to the future. And then you saw some episodes of the space western in the space town space station.
Mm-hmm. Which I kind of like. I don't know what the general opinion on Deep Space Nine is, but it seems kind of cool.
I would say generally it's positive. Although I have definitely mixed thoughts about Deep Space Nine, where one, I love Deep Space Nine, I watch it, it's great, it's got brilliant moments, it's one of the most dramatic Star Trek shows before things fell to shit. It's got a great ensemble cast. It's got at one point like it's got a more serialized storyline. So like it's it's different than obviously than episodic. So it's a different beast sort of thing. But it also at the same time,
good drama to it.
yeah, it does great drama to it. But it also at the same time is the absolute antithesis to Gene Roddenberry's original sort of rules for Star Trek. Sort of the vision of what Star Trek and the universe and all that should be. It definitely is the show that lovingly shits on his face.
Okay.
Where it flips all of that shit on its head and it breaks like every single fucking rule he ever made. And makes a show. And so I'm a bit back and forth on that where it's almost the Star Trek anti-Trek. Which is it's possibly one of the reasons why it was so successful, because it was now watch the opposite. Now play bad guy mode almost,
And it has bad guy mode episodes in it.
Yep, it certainly does.
I like Quark. He's funny.
Yay!
Oh, take it away with that one. All right.
Yeah.
He has some funny bits on that one. I like Quark. Yeah.
They also we have the cartoon that we're losing the cartoon as well. Star Trek Discovery. So
I've
Lower
not
Decks
heard
is
good
last
things
season.
about the cartoon.
what Lower
I have
Decks?
not heard good things. I have not heard any good things at all.
It's a great cartoon. I would say that out of all the modern shows, it treats Star Trek with the most respect.
If you
It
say
actually-
so.
Are you talking about Star Trek Prodigy or Star Trek Lower Decks?
I think it's Lower Decks. Yeah.
Well, what are the takeaways that you've said that you've heard that aren't good about it?
Mostly it's basically the Rick and Morty humor. Everything I've seen on it is just that. I mean, again, it's just some clips. Maybe if I sit down and watch an episode, there's probably more to it. But it's just like, I hate the humor. I hate the art style. And if Slaith is allowed to dislike something because it looks weird, I am too.
I'm all for it. That's right. You're allowed to dislike anything that you think looks weird.
We should totally watch the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie with Jackler.
Can we just continue this with no Slaith? Oh, geez, Curry, thanks. Oh, wow.
Slaith, we're kicking Slaith out. This is now the Jackler and AR show.
Jackler and Oh, I'm just the moderator between the two of you?
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
can that can be done. You can take it away, boys. I can be the moderator. Lets me do less while achieving more. So, go ahead. Go ahead, take it away. Well then.
I can talk.
Exactly.
Oh, it's a stare off.
Yeah.
They're neck and neck. It is the month for that.
It's coin and coin.
Coin and coin.
Whoa, I haven't heard that one before.
I'm trying to keep it PG.
Oh, yeah, oh. You know what? You can add a little bit of spice. I'll allow it. That's a business
The
decision.
nose grows.
There we go.
There's your hint. Though he probably doesn't know the context to that.
Oh, after a little bit of hanging out with you, I'm sure that he'll figure it out at one point in the future. So, I'm sure it'll become clear. So, okay.
Alright.
What else
It's
is?
awesome that your favorite character is Quark. I was gonna say
Yeah,
because
It's pretty cool. I like just from from a little bit that I've seen. I like Quark, and I think Cisco's pretty cool. Worf is there too. Worf is always cool.
It's like season 2 or 3, right?
Probably. Yeah, I don't really remember.
best character on Deep Space Nine is the Taylor though.
You know, there's a movie
Taylor
that
is
leads up to that though. For when Worf comes to Deep Space Nine, there would be like when you would start watching Deep Space Nine, let's just say, but then there's like a movie that you would watch and then it would then continue on after in a certain point in the show, and that's when Worf shows up. Just to kind of, you know, because I think he mentions it in the show, so I mean, like, fucking spoilers on this 30-year-old show. Sorry, everybody. What is it? The Enterprise gets destroyed, right? So Worf then goes to Deep Space Nine and becomes whatever. I don't know. He starts dating Jadzia Dax. Oh, here's one for you then. I don't know if Jackler might not know, because he probably only saw a few episodes. So, Jadzia Dax or Ezri Dax? If you had to pick.
Oh man, no, complete mind blank here. No idea.
If you recall...
Why not? Why not?
Oh,
Just have patience and you know,
why not
go get the
Curzon?
newer model. The new model comes around in a couple years. When accident.
Oh yeah, all you need to do is when you we need to collect on that warranty, you just find a set of stairs, and then
Just wait.
you can just keep trading
So you
in.
can have both.
The resentment will grow, but you know the. No, aren't they not allowed to do that? I mean, they do anyway, but I mean, like, aren't they not supposed to do that? The Trill.
Something. Yeah, something like that.
They're not, because they're supposed to like let go and move on. They're supposed to fucking Sierra Madre it. They're
supposed to take all the gold bars.
They're literally supposed to begin again and let go, and then they move on when they get to a new host, right? Because they're like people with like a worm in their belly. Quote.
Oh yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, I remember that. And the lady with the worm, the one like main character lady. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I
think it's only with other Trill though.
What do you
They're
mean?
not allowed to continue to have like relations with and stuff like that, because it's like it's not even because it's like it's like any type of relation. They're not supposed to see each other. Is when she sees her ex-wife.
No, I think that happens with Ezri as well, with Ezri and Worf, that they're not supposed to. But then, and then there's this like really short-lived kind of mini romance that lasts for a little bit, and then it like disappears and fizzles away. And then there's the rest of the show, and then there's that final episode where out of nowhere, it opens up a scene, and like Ezri, Dax, and Julian Bashir have just been like fucking. And then it's like, wow, I've never been with one of my co-workers before, or whatever he says, right? He says some type of line like fucking Austin Powers. And then like the last episode happens where, you know, there's the big battle at the end and the fucking fire caves and all that shit. And well, I don't know, Ezri Dax sucks. That's my thought on on this. Ezri Dax sucks. It would have been better if it never happened and it was just Jadzia, or if she just died. It would have been just better. Would have been more. It would have been better. Fuck it. No Ezri Dax.
Furthermore, it gets even more convoluted now with like the Star Trek Discovery and stuff, because of that what they did to Trill in that. I don't know that you've done that.
I don't know that one as much, but I mean, what about the Trill in Next Generation, where they have like bumps on their head, right?
Isn't that like every Star Trek alien? Because as far as I've seen, every Star Trek alien is just person with weird forehead or weird nose.
And that's why that green alien in the Acolyte looks bad for Star Wars. So it in the Next Generation, the show that was in like the 80s and 90s. That they introduced this alien in this throwaway episode, and he was a Trill, and he had the worm in him, and he had this like butt head forehead, right, where like you know, above his eyebrows, underneath his hairline, he had this like, I don't know, he had like butt cheeks or something, and right, and so spoilers, he starts dying. And they have to put his worm inside Riker. So they put the worm inside a human, and it works, and they're able to get it to work. And then they take it out of him, and they put it into another Trill, and she also has a butt head. And so the Trills, as far as we saw them, they had butt heads. Then they made Deep Space Nine, and when they were making it at first, they put a butt head on the actress, and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So instead, they changed it to have the spots makeup that goes down her neck and shit, and down her shoulders, that a completely different alien from the Next Generation had. There was this one alien that had super make everybody around her horny powers. And she had spots that went down the side of her head or something like that. And so they gave her that, and then ever since then, Trills just had spots that went down the sides of their heads. And they were weird, super promiscuous, like, gangbangers.
Well, what they did in Star Trek Discovery is they took the Trill parasite from the dying Trill and then put it into the human. That was the Trill's love interest.
Did the Trill have a butt head?
No.
It had the spots?
No.
No.
But the relationship was very much on brand for this month.
So wait, what did the Trill look like? Is this like a third type of Trill now? So it doesn't.
It's like the like the trappy Trill.
So.
I think you killed him with that one. I think he's incapable of responding, man. Like, holy shit.
And then that Trill dies, and then they're like, little bit. What would this be? Real short, shaved head almost, with real refined hair, with real angry makeup. But it's only makeup to make them look angrier. Female got the Trill parasite, and they continue to be angry and demand that both humanity and the Trill species recognize that it's for the best that they went through with the surgery, and that they're so brave that they became a Trill parasite, or that they took the Trill parasite out of love.
Well, that's the thing. You need to save what you love, not fight what you hate. Rose Tico.
And what you need to do is save Martha.
That's right, Martha. Oh, there was something else that had Martha in it, wasn't it? Was that Fallout? Wasn't one of the characters?
I think it was. Yeah. We made. I distinctly remember we made the same joke. In fucking last episode, the one before that, the one that I was in, I think.
Maybe even the one before that.
Maybe even the one before that. We made the same joke two times already.
If it wasn't funny the first time, I'm sure the fifth or sixth time it's gonna be a real knee slapper. Oh man, fucking Martha. Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Well, we could talk about Fallout. Did we?
Shut the fuck up!
Did we talk about Fallout AR when it was you and me the other week?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been thoroughly discussed.
The last 3 episodes we've talked about fucking
Fallout. So for the last 3 weeks, yeah. So at least once a week we've done a thing where we're talking about Fallout.
Yeah, we've talked about Fallout.
Okay, all right, Fallout. What about X-Men? Because I've gotten you to watch like the first half of it, and then I got AR to watch like the last half of it. So both of you would have both seen the stuff that the other person hasn't seen.
Can't talk at all about it.
You can't say shit. Nice.
I really like.
Oh shit!
I really don't.
I mean, I've already seen the ending to it, so it doesn't really matter.
What did you think about the ending?
What I haven't watched.
That's right.
It's my turn. No.
Oh no! Wait! Hold your fire! Hold your fire! You're right. I did stop at the last episode because it got too late.
Oh.
Yeah, so I did cut him off on the last episode.
Oh man.
So that's
the show's pretty good. Like, and again, I'm not really an X-Men fan. I was never super huge on X-Men. But so yeah, I think it's a good show. The animation's really good. Characters are cool. yeah, I don't think I need to say anything else.
The animation's a little bit mixed. Yeah, I think that's the first episode made AR sick. So I think, and we know what part it was too.
Yeah,
you know,
but-
I guess you don't know.
More Cyclops spin around.
Oh no, you would no, you saw the first four episodes, right? So
Yeah.
no, there was the one. It was no, it was the part in the junkyard when they're fighting like the broken down Sentinel.
Oh yeah.
And everything starts turning into like Borderlands all of a sudden because of the weird mix of like 3D and like or like 2D 3D. Like what is that even like called, or what is that? Because there's just something odd about it.
It's called cell shaded.
I mean, like, it's cell shaded. Like, at times the show looks like Archer, and at other times it looks like Borderlands. And there's this weird mix between it. Like, at certain times I get why they might do it, because maybe they might want to, I don't know, move the fucking plane around or something like, they're flying the plane or something like that. And it's probably a lot easier to do that. But I mean, like, I don't know, how are they even, like, animating these characters? Do they just have, like, templates of the head shapes that they need? Or, because, I don't know how they're doing these animations on this one, right? So, it's all on computer, obviously. So, I don't know, some parts are better than others, right? Okay, wow, what a perfect jigsaw piece where it's literally the exact fucking opposite episodes. So nothing can be said without spoiling it for the other person. All right,
so funny. Honestly, that's like I think that's a divine joke right there. Honestly,
that's brilliant.
It is fantastic.
I'll have to secure some times, and I'll figure it out. We'll make it so you're both completely flat jugsaw.
So we have flat jugs. I mean,
flat
I'd
jugs.
Like to have some big jugs myself.
Oh, big titty Eldar mommy milkers, right? Like the
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I never leave home without it.
You need those Eldar mommy milkers. So what about absolutely. This? So what was it? You were mentioning before we started that there's like a new Alien trailer. There's a new Ridley Scott Alien. Is this like Alien Covenant and Alien Resurrection or something?
I have no idea what it's about. If Ridley Scott is even on it. It's just like you said Ridley Scott, and then I immediately think Alien. And I thought like, hey, yeah, there's a new Alien movie. It's called Alien Romulus. I haven't seen the trailer. I don't know what it's about. I mean, it's about a fucking alien. That's obvious enough. But yeah, I don't really know anything about it.
Huh. So I thought that was the working title for what was going to, like, there was going to be, how there was Covenant, and then shit. What was the other one?
Something else.
I heard Romulus. I thought I heard that title like a long time ago as like a working title.
I think I think because it was like a working title, and now they've. I guess it's not a working title.
It's
anymore.
locked in now. Yeah, they were like, "Fuck it."
The fucking yeah.
We couldn't come up with anything.
We can't come up with a better name. So like, yeah, it's just Romulus now.
Okay. Well, whatever. I guess that we'll. I don't know. Maybe check that out later on. Not completely super jumping in on that one all of a sudden.
Fucking zonked after that. Yeah.
I mean, it's been a little bit of a. It's been a long road, right? Going with those new ones. Yeah. So, like, those have all been really hit and miss with those new ones, especially the whole fucking David thing, and, like, I don't know, is that guy's probably getting older now, right? Is he gonna look right? So...
I fucking, yeah. What was the other one called again? Oh, God, there was Covenant, and then the other one's,
Prometheus.
God. No, yeah, it was Prometheus, yeah.
Yeah.
I had him reversed. I thought like Covenant was the first one.
Wait, it was Prometheus that was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I had the.
And then Covenant came after, and that was which had like the little mini movie that was like released, like kind of like a trailer, or kind of like with like the parts that had like David and Shaw, the sort of what's gonna happen at the end of this movie. We got Shaw, we got like the religious Christian woman who wants to go meet her makers because she wants some fucking answers. And we've got Robot Head in a bag. That's the end of the first movie. And then we need to get to that second movie somehow where David betrays everybody again, right? You know, like you know what I mean? Like it's a fucking Halloween movie with Michael. Oh, well, we have to have Michael Myers. You know, it didn't work out so well in the third one. So, you know, like they have to have the same formula. So David comes back. So they made this little mini movie in between the movies where Shaw repairs him. And they, like, maybe fall in love with each other, even though she didn't trust him for fucking shit at the end of the movie, right? And then, which leads into the whole, when you see her as, like, a picture looking like fucking Kerrigan from StarCraft. Where she's got, like, the weird fucking, like, satanic vagina body.
Yeah, because, like, he fucking turned her into a fucking... a thing.
They turned her into turned her into a thing. Yeah. And why did he do that? Right? Like to save her? Like what was the
I don't remember. It was just like he wanted to make more xenomorphs.
Like,
is basically the whole thing.
I think he just broke. I think he was just he's just insane. He's like, I mean, he's a robot.
I don't remember his like motivation. Like I guess he is just crazy.
He's just crazy. Like I don't know, because like the only times we get to see him prior to the start of this is we get to see like that flashback where it's got young old guy.
Yeah.
I don't know I forget what young old guy, Wayland, right? And
Wayland.
And it's like David, and they're having this conversation, you know, about existence and things like that, and purpose and all that, and then. Like, that's, like, the seed of it. That's the start of it. And that David was made, like, a prototype or whatever, right? Like, he was made different than the other robots that look exactly like him, or the other android things, right?
Yeah.
He was made different and special, and so because of that, it essentially, he's fucking batshit insane. And it's almost like 40K. Where with like the Emperor making the Primarchs, and the Primarchs are these super intelligent, and like this is just like a thing that I don't know, a simplification, but super intelligent, hyper ambitious warlords, right? Now, how could you make a bunch of those and not expect one of them to try to conquer you back? David, there, you know what I mean? So. David is kind of like is kind of like the Primarchs in that sense, where like they made him, you know, smarter than the average bear sort of thing, and he has dreams and hopes and goals and ambitions and, you know, like things he wants to achieve, and he's got the intelligence and the strength, you know what I mean? He's got the ability to match it. He's effectively immortal and a genius with also, you know, delusions of grandeur and ambitions for much higher things. And so of course he's going to be a threat to his creators and to everybody around him, because you just made the super intelligent, hyper ambitious warlord. The Primarchs. So I mean, it's almost, you know, tale as old as time by now. Because, like, isn't that Dune? Isn't that, like, Paul Atreides, too? You know, like, we need to breed the fucking Uberkin, and then that's Paul, you know what I mean? With, like, the Bene Gesserit witches or whatever, and they're, like, you know. So, you know, you make that, and then guess what? You know, now you need to reap what you sow, and, you know, for whom the bell tolls sort of thing, right? And it told, you know, the bell's ringing for you on that one. So, you know, I don't know. He's the fault of his creator's own hubris in a sense of, you know, needing to make something that's like the best or whatever, and because of the way Wayland was, right? So I don't know. David's kind of weird. I didn't really like. There was the American David in the second movie. Right? Because, like, I mean, he was trying to do, like, an American...
There was, like, another one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, doesn't he get, like, killed with a flute or something stupid?
Yeah, he gets killed with the flu, but then he doesn't die. Or like he comes back and then he fights the other David, and then you get the twist of it's not the other David, it's like the evil David.
Yeah, because he
that
dyed his hair
survived.
or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He cut his hair and then he dyed his hair and then he started trying to do the mannerisms of the other guy. And they don't realize that which one's which until the very end, right? When it's the we're you know at the very end when he's putting the girl in the stasis thing.
Yeah.
And she's talking about the cabin or something like that. I'll see you at the cabin. And he's like, what cabin? And then she realizes that he is who he is, and then she gets put to sleep or whatever, and then he starts, like, throwing up a bunch of, like, face hugger eggs or something like that.
Yeah.
And
she's gonna, like, make an army of
and
people in there, yeah.
And then it, like, zooms off in, like, a similar ending to that Resident Evil movie where Alice is in the room full of, like, millions of Alice clones.
Oh God!
Right, you know what I'm talking about, and like I would imagine that the next one, if they're gonna follow off of that, would open the same way, where there's now like an army led by David, just like there was an army of Alice's led by Alice, which looked fucking terrible. Oh my God, with the fucking like multiple like the multiple layers of different Alices that are all look the exact same.
Just listen, they don't exist. All right, they don't exist.
I was just amazed that there was an army of like 1,000 Alices that all decided to have the exact same like outfit and ponytail and blah blah blah. And you know what I mean? Where they all literally just look like they shot all of the Alice's footage in like maybe an hour, and then they just kind of started layering it over top of a thing. Like, oh my God, it was terrible. Like with like the miniguns, and they're like, oh my God, those movies were horrible. Those are over now, right?
Yeah, thank God, yes.
Okay.
And where the Netflix show never happened.
With oh yeah, the Netflix show.
The Netflix show with like Lance Reddick. I love Lance Reddick, but he's playing Albert Wesker.
Yeah.
And
Go on.
He just looks like Blade, by the way. When he like puts the glasses on, he literally just looks like Blade. And I think before that show, there was another Netflix show where it literally looks like a porn parody. It genuinely, if you showed me this and you said it was porn, I would believe you.
Aren't they gonna make Blade gay? Isn't the new Blade gay or something like that?
I don't know.
I thought I heard something about that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're gonna make Blade gay.
We're gonna make you gay, Slave.
Well, of course, in the TV movie on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be played by
Ezra Miller,
an Asian guy. Yeah, yeah. You're gonna be played by Ezra Miller, and you're gonna be gay.
No, I know.
You're gonna have a gay love triangle with me and AR.
I know who I should play in the Amazon TV movie. The Donkey Kong guy that's getting sued, or whatever. You know, the Donkey Kong guy that lied about his like high score or something like that, and he used an emulator. And he's like he sued Guinness World Records and shit.
I don't know. The only cheater I know is what's his name? The guy with the beard.
The guy with the beard. The guy with the beard.
Yeah.
And he's got.
Is that him? Is that him?
Yeah. The guy with the beard and like
Wasn't it Pac-Man for him? Or am I thinking of something? I think I'm probably thinking of something.
No, I think Pac-Man. I mean, like that might have been his rise to fame, but I mean, it was. I don't know. It was some game. I thought it was Donkey. He did the perfect game in Donkey Kong, and the thing is, he submitted footage, but then people analyzed the footage, and the way that it loaded in lined up with the way that a certain emulator loads in the maps. Like, you know, like how Donkey Kong has like certain platforms that are on like angles and that are flat, and you go up ladders and stuff like that, and Donkey Kong's throwing the fucking barrels at you and you're jumping over them, right, like that one.
Because the only one I know is Billy Mitchell, was.
That's the one.
Supposedly.
Yeah, Billy Mitchell. Yeah,
no,
yeah, that's the one.
Sure
I couldn't think of the name. No,
was,
you jogged it. That's it. Yeah, that's who I should play. I should play Billy Mitchell. What do you think? You think I could be Billy Mitchell?
I think absolutely. No, you could, because you kind of look like him.
Yeah,
and
I could be.
You just got to get the suit on, which like you already have.
Yeah, I could play Billy Mitchell. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, who we got in the chat? We got EL3 man in the chat. Hey, what's up, EL3? How's it going? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to After Dark. I hope you're strapped yourselves in, because this is a very mildly spicy show. It's mildly spicy, right? It's like
mildly spicy.
It's
We're
like
not gonna get canceled.
Mayo and pepper.
You know.
It's a little. It's mayo and pepper.
Yeah, that fits.
Yeah, that's the show. Welcome to the show. Shit, I got sidetracked. What were we talking about?
Yeah.
It's the law. It's the law of the wasteland.
About shows being shit. Yeah. Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit every damn time.
You play UO? I don't know what that means. BRB. You play UO. I don't know what that means. I guess I'm just not hip with the kids or whatever. I don't know what that fucking means.
I don't know what that means either.
I don't know. Fire.
Guys, listen. You need to like spell out your words correctly, because with Slaith's deteriorating Alzheimer's, like he can't read correctly. So you really gotta spell it out correctly.
I don't know. Was it play up? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Is UO a game? Ultimate Oscars, Ultimate Oliveira, Universe Online, UO. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at the keyboard. I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't know what U could be. And it would be RO, like Ragnarok Online.
I don't.
No, you always gotta rip that Ragnarok Online, right? You know, like the Korean chibi sort of anime open world top down RPG like Diablo with multiple class sort of pathways, right? You ever saw that one? It's like open world Diablo. Yeah, I would want to say it's poor man's World of Warcraft. Yeah, it is definitely poor man's World of Warcraft.
Well, nowadays that's probably a good thing, because I've heard World of Warcraft has fallen off pretty hard.
Good, because that was a terrible thing to ever exist. I know. I'm probably. Oh my god! I'll just watch like the viewership, the subscriptions. The channel gets canceled. That's what cancels the channel, right? The Warcraft people, right? Both Alliance and Horde, they all team up. They're like, "Fuck Slaith and his fucking right?" Like they all like get that sword from the South Park episode, and they come after me in real life. Yeah, that'd be a shame. That'd be terrible. So, what else we got there? What do we got here in the list of subjects? So we could talk about. You want to talk about female custodies?
No.
What's new on the Warhammer front? Other than is it just Space Marine 2? Is that it? Is anybody?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. There's Space Marine 2. There's like fucking what was it? Mechanicus 2.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
There's a DLC for Rogue Trader, and that's it. Pretty sure. There's probably some like new model or something, but who gives a shit?
Some mod, like for a game that makes it
a model.
A new model. Yeah, I wouldn't
probably
even.
Some new model or something, but like, who the fuck cares?
It's been a while. Like I check in on that website every so often, just to see if there's anything that goes, oh, that's neat. I'm not gonna buy it, but cool. Pretty, look at this pretty new toy, right? That's pretty much it.
Look at this chaplain on the bike. I'm definitely gonna.
Oh man, the chaplain on a bike, man. So like I've not been doing a lot of digging there, but there's not been a lot really that I've really been wanting to like run out the door and fucking go get. You know, like fuck, I already have a fucking shit ton of shit that I need to get to anyway, or you know, at one point should get to. Well, how about that? What do you think about that one, Jack? Or should I go back to the hobby streaming?
That could be interesting. You haven't done one in fucking ages. You still have like a shit ton of models to paint.
That's true. I mean, would it just completely replace it? Now this is a hobby channel now.
Yeah.
This is a hobby channel now. What about? But aren't you gonna play? Aren't you gonna play this game or that game or what happened? Are you gonna do another speed run? Yeah. Okay. Here, painting a Bloodhound speed run. Let's go.
You should like paint. Now you should get like a 40K model, but paint him to like look like Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh yeah. Guybrush Threepwood.
Like a crossover. We have Slaithbrush Darkwood.
Slaithbrush Darkwood. I mean, that might be a fun thing. If there was something that stood out, if there was something that was like that's the perfect model for that, you know, maybe I might take you up on that one, because that sounds like at least it would be it would at least be funny or an enjoyable thing to do that appreciates sort of everything going on. So you know what? Yeah, if anybody sees a Warhammer model available on warhammer.marine or whatever the fuck the website is now, and it's a fucking Guybrush Threepwood model from fucking Monkey Island, The Secret of, you know, the good ones, you know. We could, yeah, why not? Why not? You know what, there is something similar all I can think of. You know do you remember the Tempestus Scions?
Yeah.
There's a part that you can get like this jacket that comes with them or whatever. Like they have this coat that goes over the shoulder of one of the guys. And it kind of looks like Guybrush in LeChuck's Revenge, where he's got that kind of captain's coat. You know, he's got that blue coat that he's wearing throughout the game on that one. The first one like in the first one he's wearing like a silk kind of almost like frilly shirt like fucking Seinfeld wore on that show. And like, you know, the pirate shirt and like the, you know, like the black sort of short pants with like the ties, the socks that you need to like tie off with a ribbon. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the way he looks in the first game.
Yeah.
And then the second game, he's wearing, you know, I guess he's more prestiged now because he defeat LeChuck or something like that. And so now he's wearing the fucking captain's coat. So I mean, either way, I guess that would fill the, you know, requirements of the mission sort of thing, right? But that would be, you know, it's left up to if something's good. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's something in the fantasy line, some kind of Bretonian or something like that that's got like...
Yeah, there's probably like some kind of fantasy pirate or something. You could probably paint him to look like LeChuck.
Oh, probably. Or an orc.
Yeah. Oh,
a pirate orc?
That'd be... Yeah.
Right, it would make it look like LeChuck. Give him like a voodoo doll or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty sweet, yeah. And then something to, you know, there has to be some kind of Guybrush to go up against the LeChork?
LeChork, yeah.
Okay. Can we get a LeChork meme or something like that? Can we get, is that something we can do at one point? I think LeChork, like, can somebody, if not one of us, we're all talented Photoshoppers, get to your carts. You know, but like,
we have to be careful with LeChork because it's getting dangerously close to LeJork, and we do not want to do LeJork. Jork is not a word we want associated.
I don't know what that means.
Well, it's nothing weird. Well, I mean, depending on your point of view, it's masturbation. You're jorking it. So we want to have LeChork and definitely not LeJork.
Not LeJork,
no. Not want. Definitely not LeJork, no.
No, okay.
We're dangerously close to LeJork, so we got to be careful of
that. We'll make it sure. We'll put like a apostrophes, like orc. You know what I mean? Like we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I mean, he's even green in that game too, right? In the first game, he's blue because he's a ghost. And then
maybe when you get the orc model, you could kind of paint him blue.
Oh, so he's the ghost, the ghost pirate LeChork.
Yeah, the ghost
Pirate?
Fuck it, the ghost Captain LeChork.
Ghost Captain.
But it's like ghost is spelled K-O-S-T.
Wait, so it's Coast?
Yeah, K-O-S-T, because, you know, orcs.
Why wouldn't it be like G-O-S-T?
Because orcs. Everything's got to have a K in it, man. Come on. You know the deal.
Wait,
Everything
what?
needs to be spelled incorrectly, Slave. They're orcs.
Why does it have to have a K?
Because orcs have a K.
I guess. No, you're right. That's right.
Yeah, okay. Tell me where I'm wrong.
It's a silent.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
There's a silent K in Shuda.
Exactly.
I got it. I figured it out.
I'm pretty sure it is universally understood that orc shit just needs to be spelt weird.
I get you. No, I get you. I get you. I get you on this one. All right, I need you to take the reins for 10 seconds. I'll be back. You guys are in charge of the show. Don't. If I come back and I'm canceled, I'm coming after you, yeah, asses. So.
Oh man.
It's the show is yours.
The Industrial Revolution and its consequent disaster for human society. So, what's going on in AR world over there?
Not a whole lot. I mean, we did miss that Amazon's canceled, I believe, the what do you call it? The Inquisitor thing with Henry Cavill.
Oh, they did? I didn't know about that.
I believe so, or I believe he's no longer going to be part of it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. His parent dislike was made very clear, so I didn't even imagine he'd fucking get out of it at all, because I imagined he'd have like a contract or something, so I thought he'd be forced to stay there.
Who's forced?
I don't know what the story
Cavill?
is.
Yeah.
Is he still doing the, he's not doing the Inquisitor thing, is he, on Amazon? Because I heard that got canceled.
I've heard back and forth on that, where it's not quite confirmed and it's not quite clear.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I think that they probably were trying to trap him or something with the timing of everything. And so if he's wanting to back out, and who knows whatever issue is going to come with that, right? Where I think he was saying from the start he wanted everything to be like very lore adherent or whatever, and probably had a lot of these plans for it. Unless he's on board with that and we're all like, you know, giving him the praise when he really is the Antichrist. So
Oh, you'd love that, wouldn't you?
Oh, I would fucking love it. So, if he's coming in and he wants to make this lore-adherent show and it's going to have custodies or whatever, and then by their mandate they're also going, well, you have to have female characters, make them one of these custodies, and then suddenly all custodies have always been female, though. Didn't you know they're all women?
Yeah.
So, suddenly now, he either has to follow the line and he needs to adhere to the lore, right? You know, because he said, you know, he's either has to adhere to the lore, or if he doesn't adhere to the lore, you know, now he's doing the opposite. You know, so I think that they were almost catching him on what he needed to say, because of what he wanted to say, or what he wanted to do, unless he's just part of it, and it's all just fucking, you know, the fake outrage that's generated and created by media to, you know what I mean, to sell or market or diversify or whatever the fuck they need to do, where they're trying to piss you off to even maybe get you to fucking hate watch it or whatever, to get you to talk about it, to get you to talk about it, because then you're free advertising. Bam.
Genius.
So, you know, I don't know. Either he's not for it, and they did that to him to then like force his hand, or he's in on it, and it's all just part of the program. Let's really take your pick on that one.
We'll have to see, because as far as I can see, like I don't know if the show is even going anywhere at this point.
So, like, you think he backed out or canceled? Because wasn't he producer and possibly going to act in it?
Yeah. Okay, everything we've heard is just, you know, hearsay. but like it seems to be maybe he's just overall, you know, pretty pissed off at it, and he might not even be attached to it anymore. So he has probably even like given up on it. Chances are, if he's not like railroaded into it by like a contract or something, then he's probably given up on it. Which seems to be the fate of fucking live action 40K shows. Remember, there was going to be a Eisenhorn TV show that never went anywhere.
Weren't they even gonna get that guy who's like who voiced him in the game or something like that to play him again? Because like
I did not know there was an Eisenhorn game at all.
There's an Eisenhorn game that goes through like the events of the first book in sort of like a skip sort of pattern, and the dialogue and everything in the game is right out of from the book. It's I would want to say for a game version of representing it, it's probably one of the most right out of the source material games that I've seen. You know, especially as they did, once again, all the dialogue. What if the Amazon show is Eisenhorn? Well, that's what I heard it was going to be.
Yeah, it could be, because all we know is that it's a 40K show. We don't know what it's about.
Pretty well.
So it could be that.
I heard it was going to be Eisenhorn, but I mean, who knows what it'll be. Then again, if it was Eisenhorn, that might explain Custodes, because that's somewhat on like, you know, like the higher realm of life of the Imperium. And I don't know if general audiences would really be ready to see like the Underhives just yet.
Yeah, I think there is a thing, like, this is just again more rumors. It was like they want to do a like female Custodes or like a female some other kind of character, because it's like to them the Sisters of Battle are like too religious, so they don't want to add a Sister Battle character.
Well, yeah.
Like, well, this may offend some people.
Well, because they're very what? Joan of Arc.
Yeah, Joan of Arc. There are lots of like Christian imagery and stuff.
Right. So
which, to be honest, that's kind of all of the Imperium. Let's be honest here.
Well, I mean, maybe yes and no. I don't know. I mean, what exactly are the Tallarn Desert Fighters? Do we even talk about them anymore? They exist.
I don't know.
Are they more like Stan of Arabia, or are they something else? You know, like where's the guy literally said my dad works for Nintendo? There was a rule, it was a 4chan thing or something like that, right? And what was it? Yeah, and the guy was like, "Oh, trust me, bro, my dad works for Nintendo," and it's like, "Oh yeah, good call on that one." Yeah, so that was, yeah. So I don't know. The Amazon show, you have to almost prepare for another Rings of Power sort of thing, right? Like
absolutely. Yeah, you got to prepare for Rings of Power. There's also the fact that the show, like, it's probably gonna take like 2 more fucking years before we even get like a trailer or anything. So, well, you know, it's gonna be a while.
I wonder though if they might go, let's really fucking pander the lore hard, or let's do like fan service as fuck because of how Fallout went, right? Because Fallout's another Amazon show, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And there was goods and bads of Fallout, definitely, right? Where, you know, there was parts that were like, oh man, this is great. I like these Easter eggs, these references. I really like what's going on here. This seems like this is true to Fallout. This is great. This is exactly what I'm wanting to, you know, have from my Fallout show. And then there was other parts where it's kind of like, so what's going on with the non-binary of Steel character, right? And, you know, there was just other certain parts and messaging, you know, casting choices, etc., which then fall into the, well, we need to fit this quota, this mandate, we need to fit this into this show. and parts that, that suddenly made it a little bit weaker as, as the quality product that it was. So I'm wondering if their views on how to make this content has changed based off of the backlash and negative, the negativity behind, like, Rings of Power might have, the people at Amazon who are probably in some way involved in these productions, that they are looking at that and going, well, we need to, like, we need to retack our methods here.
That could be a thing, a rare thing to happen. It is my, to my knowledge, from like what I've seen, companies don't like admitting that they're wrong, so that they're going to keep doing the wrong thing, even though it's losing them money, which is what it seems everyone has been doing that. So. Yeah, I don't really know about that one.
The I'm not wrong, I'm gonna double down, and it's all of your fault that I'm failing.
Yeah, so like they're gonna double down. I think the opposite will happen with 40K show. They'll double down on like the Rings of Power stuff.
Makes you wonder. But there's still nothing confirmed, and we don't know what it's even going to be, or if it even.
No idea what it's about. We don't even know.
Yeah.
What's it about? All we know is I'm pretty sure literally all we know that Henry Cavill
wants to make it.
That is all we know.
Yeah, that he wants to make it.
As long as it's part of the lore. Or whatever. As long as it's lore accurate or whatever, that's what he was like primarily concerned with.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. I don't think he even said anything on it. Like, I don't think he's even talked about it in interviews or something.
But remember,
like, he said that he said that he likes 40K, but like I don't think he's talked about the show.
But remember though, Henry Cavill has a Warhammer book on his private jet, so he's just like all of us.
Just like all of us.
Yeah, we're all just like Henry Cavill, because he has a picture of himself on his private jet, and there's a Warhammer book on his table.
I'm sure he too will. I'm sure he is going to add the lore accurate big titty other waifus to the show.
Well, of course, with the Dark Angel named Jackler.
With the Dark Angel named Jackler.
Yeah.
Played by Tom Cruise from Cocktail.
Oh yeah, they unthaw, like they thaw out the
unthaw his clone.
Yeah, the one that they used for that movie. Right? Yeah, exactly.
That's my pick.
A good choice. It's a solid choice. Okay. Doesn't he actually paint and assemble miniatures, though? I mean, there's pictures of him holding models, and there's video of him talking about Warhammer while he's, like, hanging out with other sort of actors or celebrities and, like, talk shows and shit.
They're all looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right, so there's moments like that, but I don't know, like, have you ever seen, like, a Henry Cavill hobby stream?
We need to see Henry Cavill. Okay, if we see Henry Cavill's entire Custodes army, then we'll shut the fuck up.
I don't know, he could have got it commissioned. Doesn't he, I don't know, is he wealthy enough to be able to afford a commission Warhammer army?
I mean, really, he's just like us, so he's completely...
He's just like us with his private jet, yeah. So, like, so I think that until we actually straight up see him in a video where he's like doing it on all the shit, I'm just gonna remain skeptical that he's not just he's not just a fed plant.
I think he has like played it live and shit, so he at least knows how to play the game.
I'm not seeing that, but I mean, if he plays the game, then again, I mean, is he one of the competitive players? Or, because at that point, then, a lot of the competitive players straight up do get their armies commission painted. And then they abandon them the moment they're not competitive anymore. So...
What a sad life.
That's how that is, right? The competitive Warhammer players, those are the fucking cockroaches of Warhammer. I almost think they're worse than the Wokies.
I gotta agree, man. Like, I just competitive like games and shit in general, bro. Esports, and it's completely unrelated to tabletop, obviously. Esports has fucking ruined everything, man.
I have a counter to you, Slave.
Oh.
His army is actually Custodes, and that's probably like the most, easy beginner-friendly army. You push them up the board and they kill everything in front of them. If they die, they die. Then you lose.
So how many mods? How many Custodes did you bring to the Apocalypse game? 2.
Oh.
And a tank. I finally got to bring out the tank.
Yeah, I heard that they were pretty powerful. That they were pretty, sort of, I don't know. They were one of the better ones. But either way, it doesn't matter. I wasn't getting into the specifics of whatever army he's playing. It was more so rather the. I mean, we've seen him like holding. There's pictures of him like holding a dreadnought, and there's there's all this stuff, and we hear a lot of it, but I've never seen it. You said there's a one where he's playing. But once again,
so I think he at least knows how to play the game.
Well, a lot of people, they don't have the time to do this stuff. Like, what if he's doing his acting and ruin his, he doesn't have time to do all this stuff. How about we see a book, but we never see a fucking paint station somewhere set up on his private jet? Where's his paint station? Where's that? Come on, Henry. Where's your paint station?
Where's your wet palette, Cavill?
Where's your wet palette? Come on, where's it going?
No, but you see, now he's under contractual obligation to use like the GW palette.
He has to use the flamer airbrush. The hand flamer
he's under
airbrush.
Contractual obligation.
Yeah.
To use the official butt plug.
And not the original one, because they don't sell that one anymore. It has to be the one that's currently available.
No, it has to be the new one.
Yeah.
He's under obligation to use the Games Workshop, the Citadel brushes, the Citadel water cup. Can't leave home without it.
That's right. And then they're going to come out with one for Christmas, which is going to be like Cavill Butthole Red. And it's going to be for Christmas. Right? And so then you can get the new butt plug that's in Cavill Butthole Red, right? For Christmas colors. But it's also the easy insert one, the one that's all like, rounded off. It's not got the grooves, but then again, some people, they really liked those grooves. Really gave them that extra stimulation while they painted. Extra grip, extra control, extra handling.
Just a couple of drips.
Just a couple of drips.
Well, seems like the time for me to head out.
All right, good to have you around, Jackler.
Got some D&D tomorrow. That should be pretty fun.
D&D?
What kind of D?
Yeah. I've been just a few. Just a few weeks ago, it was like played D&D for the first time, so that was pretty cool, and we're going along pretty strong.
Awesome. What
level are you?
What are you playing?
Well, we're playing 5th edition. Probably weird to play anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Currently we're level 3. Yeah, level 3. So we're not very super far into anything.
Wow, it's like they got like farther than us did in like months.
That's true. What are you playing as? What's your character?
Oh, I am a paladin, absolutely.
Nice.
Giga Chad human male paladin.
Get him with the paladin, hit him with a mace.
So yeah, we've got me, a paladin. We have a tiefling bard, dwarf druid, goblin artificer, Casimar rogue.
Okay.
And we have another paladin.
All right. Well, yeah. So you got the paladin.
We have another paladin. Here's the thing. So the DM, and I'm friends with everyone. I know them also, but the DM is also playing like doing it sort of like a video game where it's like, oh, you have your companion, right?
Yeah.
So the DM gets to play your companion. So for now, the first companion is a paladin. And the next one is gonna be who the fuck knows. So rotating class in and out.
Yeah, the DM gets to play too. He gets to have a character.
Yeah, which is absolutely what should happen.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good when that happens. I would say that's better. All right, awesome. Well, I hope you have a good session tomorrow. So
pretty good. We start off on a train inbound into a city where we were all about to get executed. The train gets derailed by some big fucking demon. and we have to scurry off into the woods, and we find a town to like take shelter in. And that was all in session 1, which is pretty cool. And then session 2, we've now solved a murder, and then ended up defending a church from a bunch of werewolves, which is pretty sick. It was a pretty cool encounter. And yeah, that's about it so far. So yeah, I've been having lots of fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Especially, like first time playing, yeah.
Cool.
You know, if you're enjoying it, I would highly recommend like either Dark Heresy or Call of Cthulhu to look into as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I will be seeing you guys some other day then.
All right.
Have a good time.
Have a good night.
You too, man. You too.
So we're now in like the last hour, I suppose, of the Afterdark. I don't know. What else is of the Afterdark show? Yeah, I'm kind of didn't have a lot. It's kind of some of it's repeat, but I don't know. Do we got any? So how was your day? Let's just kind of start over then. How was your day?
I slept through almost all of it.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah. And I have a 10-hour workday tomorrow. Minimum. So it's probably going to turn into like a 12.
A 12-hour workday?
Yeah.
That's rough. That's brutal.
But I'll only be working for 4 days out of the week, so.
Okay. 4 times 12.
There's that.
So is that 50?
It's almost 50.
Okay.
They're supposed to be 10, but the nature of the job, you get, like, you end up either A, not having breaks ever and missing your lunch because you're always, like, stuck onto the phone.
Yeah.
Or, you know, something's
ruining it. Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping you there way longer than you want to be. You don't want to be there. They don't want you there. But
Always keeping the little man down. Pretty well. Oh, jeez. So, you're probably going to be my top critic on this one. How did you think Red Dead Redemption went earlier? How did you think that went?
for the little bit that I got to like pop in on it and
Yeah,
stuff like
how
that,
did you think
it was
that
going
went?
great.
It was going good?
Yeah, you could have ran down the train tracks after the preacher. A reverend.
Yeah, and I was wanting to wrap it up. I was wanting to save. So I was trying to cancel things, and I didn't realize kind of like what I was getting into. I was trying to just save the game so I could pick it up next time. And then what ended up happening was, okay, you know, fuck it, I don't want to just continue, so I'm just going to find a way however I can to end this game, but that way I can save it at, like, and then I can just do this again later. So either way, at least I now have somewhat of a direction to go when I want to play the game. If you want to go do something, go and walk up to somebody that's in town, or go and walk up to, like, the yellow balls that are on the map. That's that, there you go. Go in that direction. Just play it like it's Oblivion or something, and you've got, like, quest markers everywhere. Just fucking everywhere. And everybody is a quest. And just like, walking up to somebody, it'll be like, hey, Arthur, I'm gonna need you to go and fight off some space aliens. Alright, I remember I fought those last one in the O'Connells. They were ganged up with some space aliens. Oh, what happened, Arthur? Oh, I took a knife to the knee. I used to be an outlaw like you. And then it's like, alright, let's go. And then like a UFO comes in and you're like shooting like UFO on the left, UFO on the right. You pull out the bazooka, you shoot the mothership, it crashes down. You loot all the corpses, right? And you get like 550 off of them. And like some horse tranquilizer or whatever. And that's pretty much what I would expect. Does that sound like about right from the adventures that I'm going to have in this game?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have a good time then. You know, I never.
There is also the random of just like riding your horse and you're going, hey, hell.
You
And
know,
you can
though,
choose how you go about that.
like, you know, like, I've never actually beaten any of the GTA games, though. I usually get stuck at some part, and then I just kind of... I've never gotten through... I never got through GTA 3, because I don't think I ever really played it. I got pretty far into GTA Vice City, but then I got up to... Or I forget where I got stuck on that one. But then in GTA, is it... Which is the one with Kazin? Is that 4?
Or
So, and in 4, I got up to some story mission where you have to, like, race somebody through the city. Like, you're in this, like, this race with a bunch of other cars. And I got stuck there. I could just never get past it. So essentially, you know, it effectively ended my game because I just couldn't get past it, right? So, I've never actually completed any of these previous Rockstar games. So, you know, how far I'm gonna get in this game is probably dubious at best, right? Like, I'm sure I'll have a lot of fun. I'll do a lot of missions. It's probably more beginner friendly than I'm probably imagining it is, considering, you know, modern game audiences and like things holding their hand through shit.
yeah.
So like, it's probably not gonna be as bad as I'm, like, picturing it, but that's my track record with these previous Rockstar games, right? Never really ever got through any of them all the way, and, you know, we'll see. Although this one's been kind of neat. This one's been kind of interesting, because I've been apparently doing a lot of different Wild West shit. How the fuck did that happen? You know what I mean? Where you think about it with, like, New Vegas just in general. And then with what is it, the character in fucking Fallout 3 that I was making up, right? Yep. And then we got this going on. So it just kind of looks like there's a lot of Wild West going on, you know?
A lot of theme to it, yeah.
There's a lot of theme to it, you know? Even if you were to look at Indy's not got like a cowboy hat, but he's kind of Western. A little bit. There's a little bit of that going on, so like... I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting to see how that's going to play out. You know, what else could I possibly, throw on that? But I got so many games in the fucking queue right now, you know what I mean? There's so many games that are fucking sitting there, that are being juggled between. Oh my god, it's hard. Sometimes it's tough to even choose between that. And, you know, like, there's some that are on hold for later, but, like, oh my god. There's so many games that are coming up right now. Even, you know, old games and, you know, mostly, but, like, oh my god. Oh my fucking god! There's so many games. I've never had so many games. So, it's crazy. For me. Yet I'm still playing games from the 90s, right? Weird. Weird how that works out. Weird how that works out.
Well, I think it's gonna even have a Stranger theme.
Huh.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. You just treat the game like it's a movie almost, that you're treating everybody else to like a movie, you know, like because it's almost like a movie experience in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
It's like the interactive cowboy movie.
Yeah. I've not been treating it too seriously or like I'm role playing or anything like, you know, like, or like sometimes when I'm kind of doing it with like Fallout or Oblivion or something where I'm even like moving the camera around or whatever, almost like my character's talking while I'm talking, you know, and shit like that. Looking around my shoulders and shit. You know, I've not really been doing that. My brain has probably, because of the way the game sort of looks, has been playing it more like playing a GTA game. That's why when, like, something happens, when you'll just see all of a sudden, I'm just kind of going like, oh, somebody saw me. Oh, gotta go on like, a murder spree now and take out all the witnesses. Right? Like, that's been my Red Dead Redemption sort of playthrough, right, so far. It's been like, it's more like, you know, it's more like GTA than it is like Fallout. And to treat it like that, and then that's how I've been kind of enjoying it as well. I just think that some of these fields are fucking gigantic. Like, I get it. it would be weird if the world was really small and if everything was really densely packed with lots of people everywhere and stuff like that. But like the just traveling around from place to place feels like it just takes fucking forever to fucking get somewhere. And that's brutal, honestly. It's a little bit brutal.
Oh, because it just is like a
I mean,
journey.
it's a journey. You know, I guess like I think at one point I think when we were talking about it, it's almost like, oh, that's that smoke break section where you can Jesus, of course, Tony. Why do you need to be a demon when I do this? He's always being a demon. Tony Demon. Alright. I got Tony being in trouble. Got the terrorist here. You wanna come here? Come here. Come here, buddy. Oh, you're a big cat. You are a big cat.
Aw.
Okay.
Yeah, but he has a cute face. That
He
face.
does. Well, look at that face, right? Look at this face. How could you say no to this face?
Oh, buddy.
Oh, look at him. You're a good boy? And you like cookies, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, do you want to go sit over here for now? Or do you want to just sit right here? I just want to sit right here. Okay. There we go. We'll just have him kind of glitching out. He's Glitch Cat. There we go. Alright. Alright, Glitch Cat. You can just hang out. You can just hang out right there. Yeah. Because it's like clipping him out, right? So he's he's Glitch Cat. Okay. Alright, Glitch. Let's go. You're like a little bear. Oh my god. He's a bear. Well, I guess
You
it's
feel him when he's on you.
you know. Oh, he's a heavy cat. He's a big cat. I need to figure out, maybe I need to change his food. You know, less protein, but then that doesn't seem like that's probably going to be good, right? You know, so because I also need to get, you know, Abby needs more protein. She's getting little now.
Well, in comparison.
In comparison, yeah. Well, also he seems like he's got like a food aggression or something, right? You know what I mean? If you saw earlier or at one point when Abby was coming up for a treat at like the cat camera there, and he'll barge on in and then he'll take it all, and I'll try. Sometimes I try to stop him. Sometimes I just I don't know. Sometimes I just can't. But
Yeah, like he's just not.
oh no, yeah. Well, I mean, Abby's also really timid, right? She's also just she's really kind of shy and a lot of fast movements and like aggressive movements kind of startle her. So like when he goes in and starts like eating everything, she just kind of watches. She might try to have one, but then she just kind of lets it happen because she's not going to go in Hungry Hippos style. I think she only would do that really when it was the wet food bowls. So I might need to open up some more of those. I've got a whole stock of them just ready. Well, I gotta be careful with my arm there. Oh my god! Fuck! No, it wasn't that kind of arm raise. Oh my god! No! No! Okay, over there. That over there. There's a whole, I got a whole supply. I got like different like fish and like the chef's dinner. I think it's just like chicken or turkey or something like that, right? So I got all these different cans for them. And I was gonna try to put them in different bowls too, so that way they could, so like like there's not this competition sort of thing. And that was kind of working for a bit. So I think I might use more of those, so that way Abby can get some nice, some nice meals, right? She wants to get that chicken le roast sort of thing, right? And she doesn't like the fish one. No, don't blame her, right? Fish or chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chicken. So.
I mean, there's like every cat has its own like specific thing, right? Like Sean Connery.
He'll eat anything
The
though.
gizzards. That cat was all about the gizzards.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wanted. Chicken. You said chicken gizzard. Like if he smelled chicken gizzards or like the heart, like he was doing the chattering thing right next to you. Have you thought about buying like maybe trying like buying those from like the grocery store?
Which ones?
Like a chicken heart or a chicken gizzard?
The one that's I can't get. They don't have that kind of grocer or whatever. You know what I mean? Or whatever I want to say. Like yeah, they don't have that at the one near me. Honestly, the grocery store that's near me, like which with the one that's convenient to get to, and it's not like a fucking trip to get food. It's more like a clothing store that like you walk in and it's like a clothing store, and then once you get through all of that, then there's like a little section of it that has like everything compact over here. But then all this other room is all just like different clothes and stuff, and it's like, what's going on here? Shouldn't that move the clothes? Make this better. Make this store better. So I'm not gonna name the store because then I'm not liable, right? But yeah, they wouldn't have something like that. I think the closest thing that I could get. Oh no, they've got like a whole pet aisle sort of thing though. And usually they have these canned foods on like a bundle sale. You get like 5 of them for whatever, and then you're saving a little bit. So instead of getting like 1 or 2 like a treat every so often, you just get like 5 of them for like a like a little bit of a discount or whatever. And then you just kind of stockpile them, so you're not then spending more for less. You get me?
So you're not spending more for less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're cheap enough. Geez, they're almost at a point where they're so cheap, it's just like, man, maybe I should just start eating these. Save money on my food bill. Start eating cat food. Oh, man. So, yeah, so they've been good with that. They got that one covered. I just need to make sure that, I don't know, but then again, she's the one that will eat most of it, but I guess she's just not she's just getting older. Right, so she's not gaining muscle or weight or something. I don't know. She's getting older.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, yeah. So Tony's a big star. He's a big movie star now, isn't he? Oh, yeah. We got Tony. Tony on Afterdark. After Tony. Tony Dark. After Tony Dark. I don't know. It's a working title. And that's when it's going to be. Alien Romulus, right? There you go.
Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus. So, all right. So now that
the Space Marine.
Yeah.
Trailer.
You checked the Space Marine trailer, yeah. Oh, should we put that on and like slow it down and review it second by second?
We can if you'd like to.
We could do that. Let's see what we got here. Let's pull this down. And then pull this up. Alright. Space Marine 2 trailer. There we go.
Might want to set yourself to the corner.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll turn this one... Oh, wait. Hold on, turn this one off. Go over here. And then turn this one on. Got it. So this one here, GameSpot.
Yeah, the top one, I guess. Yeah.
Have any of you faced Tyranids before?
All right. Well, let's just watch it first off.
There's no sound.
There's no...
Never mind. Yeah, there's sound. I'm just stupid.
You're good. What the fuck?
And then they pop up with like the little side things.
Yeah, thanks for that. That really helps me to get to see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's just kind of slow this down. Playback speed. No, wait. Playback speed. Put it to like. There we go. Wait, no, that's faster. Whoops. Put it to half speed. Let's turn the volume down. So what we got there, is that drop pods, like Space Marine drop pods, or is that the Tyranids?
Yeah.
We got... You see what I'm saying, where he looks like the guy from Terminator Genesis? He looks like John Connor. From right? And of course, you know, they have to have the Thunderhawk for the new Marines. It's the only thing that stays the same, right? And, okay, so we got, the Tyranid Warriors. Or, because that's not a Hive Tyrant. An Angel of Death. Okay, so we got Gaunts. So what's that? Is it a Carnifex? Or it was something. And then, oh, there's one of the Marines.
Superior of a Space Marine.
Or a
Well,
game.
the gargoyles look really good, like that swarm in like the background there when he's firing into it.
Yeah. The part it's like right here, I think? Or no?
A little bit before that. Right, like you can see the swarm of like the gargoyles, like
Gargoyles in the background, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does this particular frame make Titus look like he has a mullet?
Kind of. Now, does that mean that we're all going to be able to be...
Playing multiplayer co-op or something?
Yeah, like 4-player co-op. And everybody has a jetpack or jump pack?
I don't know. Is that all one player, or is that also showing multiplayer?
It was also showing multiplayer.
Oh no, Season Pass.
Oh, Ultra Edition!
No! So it's...
Ultra Edition!
Oh no. So this game's gonna be like $60, right? And then there's gonna be like the Season Pass, which is gonna be like another $60 or something. And then the Ultramarines pack, which is probably gonna be like another 100 or something like that, because you're gonna get some stupid statue or some piece of shit. And then the early unlock, sort of that extra, that's gonna be like an extra $50. So if you spend like $300, you'll be able to get the game and all the stuff. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe like 500.
Oh, this part here? With all that's the part I was thinking of.
Yeah,
with all
well,
the
that's another
gargoyles.
great like gargoyle part. Like, I'm just impressed by like the background to have them all like that. I guess like in like that space.
Yeah, well, there was a part like that in the first game with like the orcs, and I think with like there was like what are their jetpack guys called? You know, those ones, the Storm Boys, right? And I'm pretty sure they were all flying around, or there was something. There was something similar to it, but yeah, like I think they showed that off in one of the early cutscenes, that there was a bunch of gargoyles flying all over the place. I'm just surprised that they've not. I mean, maybe they played their cards too early, because didn't they already show off Chaos Space Marines in like some of the early release work, which showed like Thousand Suns or something in the background, and they showed off like some very specific sort of spoiler trailer things which were showing Chaos Marines, but none of these
in the first game, the last levels were chaos.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't really show that off in like the trailer as well. So but in this one, once again, they're doing the same sort of thing, where in these materials, they're not really showing off any of the Chaos Marines except for in the multiplayer. So obviously there is Chaos Marines in the game. Right?
Because they're in the multiplayer.
Because they're in the multiplayer. So it's kind of like the congratulations, you played yourself sort of thing, right? In a way. Okay, so there's that. What about the Alien trailer? Is that Alien Romulus trailer? Oh, this is a real thing?
I guess.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me fix the speed. Put it to 1. Hold on. We're gonna go to a quick cookie break just for a moment. Just a quick cookie break. Then I'm gonna check this out. So Tony, Tony, if this is a quick cookie break, I need you Tony, this is a real important job that I need you to do, okay? You're the only one that can do it. You are the only one that can do it. I've got some cookies here, and I need you to eat them and to be cute. Go.
He's got that. He's got that in spades.
Okay. Good boy, Tony. Okay. Very good. Very good. Can we get, can we get some likes for Tony? That'd be awesome. Okay, so he's a very good boy. All right, so I'm gonna get to this trailer here, Alien Romulus. Okay, so I
might want to watch it without our, I don't know.
What?
Just because they have, sometimes they'll put music in there and stuff like that. You don't want to
get the. So maybe I'll turn off the desktop audio, so that way it doesn't play on the thing. Is the trailer itself like if I'm talking about it and like reviewing it or something? Am I allowed to play this? Or what if I'll turn the speed down, maybe? Is that gonna do it? Speed up? I'll turn the speed up, and I'll transform it so it's flipped horizontally, so it's backwards. Right? Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright. Okay, so okay, there's some flying ships and opening doors, and it looks kind of like the Nostromo and Evil Dead director. Oh, Evil Dead director. Oh, it's the new Evil Dead? Ridley Scott. And their chest is glowing. And there's a face hugger in their chest or something. And that looks, I don't know, is that like, who's that Pokemon? Wow, okay. And oh, face, he's getting face done. Okay, now that's like Blair Witch with the guy in the corner. Run! In space, no one can hear your spleen. Oh my god, why'd they have to do that? Alien. And then okay, that shot there at the end with the person, I mean, especially with them on the right of the screen and the alien coming in, that's exactly like, in Alien 3 when the alien's going after Ripley and then it like doesn't kill her. Yeah, it gives her a little bit, it just gives her a little bit of a Biden sniff and then it takes off, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks like that's gonna be hot garbage. I'm not super excited for that. That looks That looks wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. We're definitely gonna have to watch that movie AR. Like, oh my god.
Great.
Oh my god. I'm sure it'll be a laugh. It'll be an absolute riot. Just want to watch it because it's so bad.
Yeah, and not disgusting in any shape or form. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh wow.
Maybe just the highest tier content.
Oh, top tier. Absolutely the best. That looks like that movie's gonna go down in history as to the monumental achievements that it will be setting.
Known for.
It'll be a brilliant film with no, I can't do it. I can't do
keep
it.
it serious.
No, I can't. It's not good. It's no good. It's not a good one. Don't like it. Oh man, that's brutal. I don't know.
It doesn't seem good.
Do we got anything else here on the list here? So we did Ridley Scott. We did everything I think here. Acolyte, Female Custodes, X-Men, Fallout, and Space Marine 2. I think we covered all of the topics that I had written down before the stream.
Did we cover Fallout, really?
I think we mentioned it, maybe. Is there something Fallout related? Didn't they add the ghoul into Fallout 76?
I think so, yeah.
That's probably about it. Or no, I saw something the other day or earlier today. I saw something about, Amazon wants to release Season 2 as soon as possible for Fallout, the show.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably their best show.
So, who knows what that's going to mean for better and for worse, right? Where it might mean like a rushed project. If it's already all done and they're wanting to pump it out there, maybe let's just hope that they don't like cut corners or fuck it in areas to make it make a release date. So that's something I would kind of
hopefully they just don't totally destroy it.
Yeah, they don't fuck it. And I don't know, like probably.
Oh, and it's gonna be New Vegas.
Yeah. They got to keep all the original writers or whatever, so that way all the intentions, everything stays the same. You know what I mean? So they don't lose. So that way they don't essentially go, well, this is what the secret of Monkey Island is. You know what I mean? So they don't go like why are they going to New Vegas, right? Well, if you get like a whole different writing team and that's completely disconnected from the previous thing, that makes its own brand new story, they can make up whatever they want for what was the thing. So then all of what was the actual secret of Monkey Island gets lost. You get it?
Yeah, it all becomes pointless.
Yeah. So like they gotta keep the original. Whoever wrote that in, whoever created that, they need to put that in. And then, if they're going to be bringing in any sort of character, any sort of things, I would think, from New Vegas, they should probably reach out to the people that wrote New Vegas. So that way, if they borrow any characters, like somehow House, let's just say, they should probably reach out to them to get insight on how to make the characters, or what would this character do here and there. You know what I mean? Like maybe just get consultation. That's just my thoughts on that. It's their babies, make them fit into the puzzle instead of make the fuzzle pit them. Make the fuzzle.
Well, I mean, some of it is just like you look at some of the shows and it's like absolute train wreck after train wreck after train wreck.
Yeah.
Like, no, this does not make sense.
That does happen a lot. These shows there's been just a lot of just garbage after garbage after garbage. And I think that just even general audiences, or even the people that might even say that they're wanting that shit, might be even getting tired of it. Just because at a certain point, it's not telling a story, it's just kind of like fucking ego story time. You know, like, and I don't know, it's shit, essentially. That's just it's shit. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say about anything. Acolyte, it's shit. It's like Fallout, it's shit. Right? Like, you know, just all these things, it's shit. All of it. It's all shit. You know, like, you know, it's all you need to say. And then, no, you don't need to expand on that any further than that. That's all. Everything's shit. There's nothing good. Don't enjoy things. Because there's nothing to enjoy left. Everything's shit now.
To enjoy left.
That's right. When they homogenize everything into the same gray, formless goop as everything else, and when everybody's not super because nothing is super, then everyone's super because nothing is super and nobody's super. So then, thus, question mark, question mark, question mark, profit.
Question mark, profit.
Yeah, yeah. That's the formula. Okay, so I think we're pretty much out of everything, right? We got nothing. Was there anything else? You got anything? You got anything to pluck out of your butt, and then we got that for the next like 15 minutes.
It's the 50th anniversary of D&D.
Oh, tell me about that.
I got custom. No, they did like a custom like thing with Converse and stuff like that. Make your own
Converse,
Chuck Taylors.
like shoes,
That are, yeah.
like listening to the Doors sort of thing.
Well, like canvas shoes. They did like a 50th anniversary with the Canvas Shoe Company in D&D. So they have like special D&D shoes. I just found it funny that this is when Jackler decides to play his first game of D&D is on 50th anniversary.
There you go. Maybe it's magic. Maybe it'll bring magic to his campaign, to his sessions, right? He's got that 50th anniversary energy, and he doesn't even know it. He is the chosen one. He is Jackler One, the chosen one.
Well, he's doing a lot better than probably both of us did, because already in like 3 games, he's level 3. And whereas it took us how many months to get to like level 4 or level 5, and then everybody quit at level 5.
I think that there was some certain nuances that would be probably in play for, because we don't know the entirety of the context of how the leveling system is working in either our sessions that we had back then or in Jackler's. So we don't really know exactly the experience being handed out and dished out. We don't know what's going on.
This man's surviving fights with like werewolves and stuff like that at level 3.
Maybe.
We were getting jacked by like a cave of goblins.
Yeah, it's true. And do you have any idea how many times I got like zombies mummy exploding on me? It was jeez. Right? Like they would explode into dust all over me or whatever, and then I'd be sitting there covered in like death dust. So like that was brutal. It was definitely not the experience that I thought I was walking into. I'm not sure about you. So
no, it wasn't for me either. I was definitely like,
Yeah, it was definitely
but I
a
also
challenge.
signed up to be the healer. And pretty much, yeah, that was its own nightmare scenario all on its own.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yeah. D&D. That's a name that I've not heard in a little bit.
What, healer?
No, D&D.
D&D?
Dungeons and Dragons, my friend, would be a title that I've not heard in maybe like about a year or so. Like, jeez. I don't know. It's different for everybody. People get different things out of it. Isn't there like competitive D&D? See, that's where things get weird, right? Why? How does competitive always sneak its way into things and just always ruin things? You know, like how
Well,
is
that's
there?
just like min-maxers.
But like, there's like tournaments or like whatever, you know, and like
Well,
the
there's
survivors
like
get to continue on in this round robin sort of thing until it's like down to like the final winner of Dungeons and Dragons, and it's like, what the fuck is this? This is Dungeons and Dragons? The fuck? What is this? Oh, we're you know, it's like we're playing like a PvP event or something. I don't know. It loses the plot, sort of, so to speak. So I find that just
see it to a certain extent, but there's also like there's like ever since it was made, like the creator, Gygax, loved to create like kill dungeons and stuff like that, to where if you actually survived the thing, it was a major thing, major, like, oh my god, I can't believe you made it through the Tomb of Horrors type thing. You know what I mean?
yeah. Because it's just it's designed to just kill off a character, and your character passed with either incredible luck or very specific skill choices and or equipment or whatever, depending on availability and time played, right? And what type of character and what type of campaign and how it was,
Well,
how you got into that dungeon, how and when you got into that dungeon, right?
okay, so you know how like the dust zombies were like super inconvenient and like annoying to you, right?
Yeah.
Imagine a puzzle that's just like a bunch of gems onto a wall, right? Like you're in a hallway, there's no doors that you can see, but there's like this like entire like mural puzzle bit like on the wall, and you can interact with it and stuff like that, right? You touch one of the gems. If you touch the wrong gem, you immediately die, get
Wow.
reincarnated, teleported to a room. All of your stuff gets taken off of your body. You then get ejected out of that room back to the front of the entrance, but as a completely new class, zero experience, and new body, new everything. Get reincarnated, remade, right there, and you just get a roll on tables.
Wow, that sounds like absolute horseshit. Right, like
And you're naked.
that, like, you know, that just sounds like absolute shit. Why would it,
Yeah.
that sounds like something
So
you pull out like in the game just to like fuck with somebody you don't like. It's like, here, play this game with us. We really all want you to play, and we think it would be really fun if you joined us. Now your character has to go through this thing, right? And oh, you died. All right, or whatever. You know, like that just sounds like something like a sadistic choice to make. Because
well, and like the
even
real
to
thing
even
is
allow that
like,
on like a random chart in itself would also be somewhat cruel. Come on, you might as well just roll on the dice instead of going into the dungeon. Just put you die. Here, pass me your character sheet. Now leave. Right, like, might as well be.
this is the first hallway.
Hmm?
This is effectively like somebody like walking into that room, right?
Yeah.
Looking around, being like, "Oh, look at the pretty stuff on the wall. Touch, gone."
Jeez. Yeah. That just it just sounds
And
like a
that's like one of
beginner's
the nice
trap.
ones.
It just sounds
It's
like
like one of the nice ones.
I don't know. It just sounds harsh. Because like one that's gonna ruin a lot of people's smiles. Let's just say they're gonna stop having fun, and the moment that people stop having fun playing this game, that's when you get like rage quits, or you get like, you know, little You get like little explosions from people, and it starts starts fucking with it, right? And like that's there's just a certain level of asshole that is, you know, and like that's terrible.
This is like a nightmare.
That's
This is
absolutely
like, okay,
terrible.
so I mean, they make it super inconvenient to find the dungeon too, because like, all right, it's underneath the sand dune. What do you mean it's underneath the sand dune? Well, it's inside the sand dune. You're like, start figuring out how to excavate an entire like gigantic sand dune just to get into like this entrance. You get in. It's this long hallway. The actual door you're supposed to go to is like a trap partway down the hallway that you have to activate but not trigger. And then the door will open and not kill you, right? It won't fill you full of like poison darts.
Sure.
But most people are just going to like look at it and be like, "Oh, it's a poison dart trap. I'm avoiding that," right? I think it's like it's either poison darts or it's like spells or something like that that it fires at you. And then you continue on. And then there's like this gigantic like gym mosaic at the end that looks like a really fancy ornate door with all this stuff around it. There's like a little hole, there's like a mouth coming out of like the bottom with like a hole that you can like stick your head up into if you wanted to like try and see. That immediately kills you, just so you know. Even going near that thing just
Yeah,
is death.
this just sounds worse all the time. It's not there is no selling factor to this place. This place just sounds like it sucks.
But that's the whole point.
Yeah. So this just sounds terrible. I don't see anything that's great about this other than just you like what's the point of going in, really? You might as well just remake your character. That's all it is. Like there's no point of going into this thing just to waste somebody's time just to kill them off. Where every
it's a roguelike. It's a roguelike. Every step is a corpse. Eventually you'll clog it.
Then even that, is that even fun? Because when you have the rogue adventure, what's that? I'm going to take 2 steps. I want to do a perception search check, adventurer checker, or whatever, and you do all these things. And so then it's about 3 to 5 hours of just going, I'm going to do a check out my melody. And then at the end of it, after your character has balleted through a dungeon sideways, bending over backwards, going through this thing where they're inspecting a thing more than like an OCD fucking like I fuck vampire on crack, like there's some grand reward and it's like, wow, I made it through that. And it's like, and then the rest of the people are all sitting there dying on the couch playing, going, yeah, we had to sit here for this fucking bullshit too. It just I don't know. I can't support it. I'm against it. Down with this dungeon. I don't know.
Is it Tomb of Horrors?
Tomb of Horrors, it sucks. Boo, Tomb of Horrors.
Like, what's like the lich's name is like Afterdark or whatever, and so people gave him the name Ass Crack.
Ass Crack's fucking butthole dungeon. That's what this is. Ass Crack's butthole dungeon. You like here, climb on into Ass Crack's butthole, and and every turn you take, you're gonna get shit on. There you go. That's I've given it the selling pitch. I feel like that's I think that's
Well,
that.
I think there's a way to get into like the treasure room though.
Oh yeah, and then what's in there?
Well, and
random?
think about that, right? Right. If it's at a convention and you get to keep the loot, right, and continue on. This thing has cleaned out like 200 nerds before you, and you come in.
Sure.
It's that one score. Everybody's after that one final score. Get your team together.
I guess. I mean, a lot of it's going to be random chance, though. It's just gambling, really, at the end of the day. It's gambling with a narrative.
It's gambling with a narrative.
It's gambling with a narrative.
Yeah, because you're risking it with the dice.
Pretty well.
That's why you need to have a crack team together.
You know, there's certain odds and certain statistics and certain chances, and you have to have a certain knowledge of the game to be able to be an effective player. And by the end of it, two people could have the exact same numbers on paper and do the exact same things, but then there's still that roll of the dice, there's still that risk and that reward, that chance of failure, where you can either make that high score or you don't. It's pass or fail. And if it was in like an official sort of sense, you know, there can't just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to give it to you because I'm the DM. If they were to do that, then at that point the entire thing is completely illegitimate. And there you go. So this place sucks. That's my thoughts on this. But I think that this is a wrap-up point here. I think this is the wrap-up point because we're just on the cusp of 3 hours here. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. So we'll pick this up. I don't know. We'll pick up another After Dark next Saturday night. Hopefully, same time, same channel. You know, same people. We'll see. I mean, it's always by availability. So we got. You know, I'm always me, and you at home are always you. We've got AR here, and Jackler went to bed. So I think we will bid everyone a good night. Sounds like a good point there. So we'll do the outro thing.